Hello and welcome back to This Show is a Mimic, the Sorodin Chronicles. As you can see, we are currently missing one of our cast members, but let's get the introductions underway. My name is Barry the Bard, I'm the Dungeon Master, and as always, with me is...
Oh, it's so weird because Ken normally goes first.
Yep.
Oh, so it's
No, it's Cade.
Is it
it's
Kate?
me. Hi,
Ben,
hello. I'm not
Discord
usually
order.
the one starting this. Oh my god, hello, what's up, everybody? Hi, I'm Ben, also known as Ben as D&D. I play Cade Backian, the half-elf hexblade warlock.
Yeah.
That's me.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hex. I play Jason. Am I a bit echoey?
No, you're alright.
Oh, no?
You-
Okay.
You could...
There we go. All right. Yeah, I play Jason Vagrant, the Mark of the Storm half-elf fighter / rogue. It's a bit of a mouthful to get out, but...
We all
to
have
be here.
mouthful names, it's great.
Oh, and hi, I'm Aaron, Obsidian Olive, and I play the Tabaxi Wizard Blade Singer, known as Longest Shadow of the Moon. And
Every
he's
time,
gonna
man,
die
every time.
today. He's gonna die, and I'm scared.
We're all gonna die.
Someone's definitely dead.
I mean,
Oh.
it's possible. I'm not saying it's not possible.
We are so dead.
But he's had this thing where he's been like, yeah, someone might die today. And when now we're all leaning into it, and he's like, shit, no.
No. I'm not saying. I've been saying might the entire time. Someone may indeed die today, because last time on This Show is a Mimic, we went here. Then the week before that,
Sorry,
you
I need
guys
a week off.
arrived in the city of Celador in the pursuit of rumors of a mage you could recruit to your crew, in the form of a ship mage with a P.
Yeah, her is not a shit mage.
Not
Her
a
is
shit mage. She is not a shit mage. So you found the sea druid Her, a Fearbolg known only as Her, and you did her
I
a.
gotta say it in her native language.
Huh. How dare you? How dare you? Banned. That's it. I'm killing Long Shadow.
All right.
Yeah, two players, crazy.
Try that.
That's my dog making strange noises outside the door. Right. So you successfully did this druid a favor in rescuing the druid's friend, a young whale, from some trappers who had stolen it from its ocean
Whale.
home in the purpose of selling it on to a buyer in Soros Descent, the capital of Sorodin. Upon completing this quest, Her joined your crew, and you set off to in pursuit of Jason's visions of a ship captain who Jason feels some kinship with, who is destined for a watery grave unless you can save her from the jaws of a giant sea serpent. You guys set off back onto the ocean, and that's where we left off.
Oh, no.
No.
So within 4 days, like the first 4 days of us traveling, I will have completed the thing I've been working on. Right?
Yeah? If that's...
Yeah? Okay.
I can say you will be traveling for a number of days, which will include that if you guys want to do anything on the ship in that time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
About 4 days after we leave Celador, I'm gonna come up from below decks, and I've got a bundle of black cloth in my head. Jason.
Long Shadow, how are you?
I am very well. Come with me. I have something to show you.
All right. Come in.
I'm gonna lead Jason down below decks to like the lowest deck where my little workshop is set up. All right.
So this is where you've been. I don't think I've been down here yet.
It's a little cramped, but it works. It's the same as the study rooms. However, look at this. And I'm going to take my hands and unfurl this piece of cloth, which is this brilliant, like blackish blue, like shimmering cloth with this long, almost like spiked hood that comes down at like two long pieces of cloth coming out the top of it. And the bottoms look almost like bat webbing is almost what the bottom looks like. This is what I have been working on for you.
And Mason needs a moment. Hex needs a moment. Right, 2 secs. Okay. What is it? Looks like a coat.
Well, to be precise, it is a cloak. It is a cloak of Dementore. This is a design that I picked up a while ago. And what this should do, given
I mean, the craftsmanship on it is very nice. I like the
do not look inside the lining. That is where all of the sins are hidden.
the what?
The lining of the cloak.
Like the inside.
Yeah, inside of the inside, there's 2 layers of fabric. However, what is special about this is not the design. And I'm going to walk over and I'm going to kind of like flare it over Jason's shoulders. I'm going to hand it up. Now, you need to take...
What, this is for me?
This is for you. Take maybe an hour or 2. Focus on it. Attune to the magics of it. And
It's magical.
it's very magical.
Oh no. What have you done? What does it do? Oh, Long Shadow, what does it do?
Well, first of all, you know how we have that issue with we constantly somehow end up underwater.
I'm not sure if it's... Well, yeah, it is definitely an issue. We can't breathe underwater, so...
If you're underwater, put up the hood, and you should be able to breathe underwater.
But like this... And like, is there like a barrel of water at any point?
Before you need to attune to the magics of it. So give it an hour maybe to focus on it. And you should also be able to swim quite quickly.
And then once I have the hood up, I can actually like be able to breathe underwater.
Hopefully. If not, you drown. But I think I got the design right.
Well, we should probably test it before, just like do a dry run sort of thing.
That is ironic considering there's no way to test it while dry, but
Yes,
I agree.
there's...
We should test it before we run into this massive serpent you have described.
Well, I'm not sure if I want to fight the massive serpent under the water.
No, but perhaps if you are trapped in a piece of, like, floating debris, you might be able to escape more quickly, while the rest of us are being eaten alive.
Wait, what? We're not escaping. We're killing it. We're not going to die, Long Shadow. We're going to live forever.
So you should give it an hour of before you.
Oh, sweet child.
No, seriously though, it means a lot that you would spend your time to make me something like this. I appreciate it. And he's gonna like put out a hand to shake your paw.
It's a hand. It might be furry, but it is a hand. Shake it back.
And he's gonna pull you in for a hug.
Give that like one shoulder hug, just like the. All right.
I will never take it off.
You should wash it regularly.
Well, I'll be going into the sea with it, so it will wash itself.
It smells disgusting after a while.
It's fine. I don't. Well, yes. All right.
I'll just dump water.
It looks very, very fucking cool, to be honest. I like the. He's like checking himself out. He's like giving himself a little twirl.
It's very stylish.
Yeah.
It's like a shimmering grey. It's trimmed with like gold thread.
I want to make another mini.
D&D Beyond, the Cloak of the Manta Ray should be on there.
Yeah.
And the equipment.
Oh, that's fucking beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful.
Nice.
So yeah, if at any point does Jason jump in the water and test it?
Yeah, for sure. He'll do what he's told to. He's gonna try. He's never attuned to anything before, so
it takes a little bit.
Sits there and looks at it for a little.
It takes a little longer than maybe it would do for someone like Long Shadow. Is you just sit there not quite understanding it, but eventually you kind of slip into this semi-meditative state as you kind of understand it, and it gets to understand you, and it kind of almost responds to your touch after a little while, and that's when you put it on and you're fairly certain you got it right.
Ooh.
And
just to test it before I go actually into the ocean, Jason's gonna walk out of the cabin quarters and just in like a open barrel of water. Well, I imagine drinking water is just shove his whole head in.
There's a bucket of fresh water, like a barrel, that's meant for drinking, and you just stick your unwashed head into it.
Yep. And then he's also going to try and talk underwater and be like, Long Shadow, look at me, I can do it.
So
but it's bubbles.
The first time we do it, does Jason remember to pull the hood up?
Yeah.
Okay, so you remember to pull the hood up and you stick your head in, and it takes a little bit of fighting your natural instinct to hold your breath, but eventually you inhale and it's like pure oxygen.
Ooh.
You also feel once you get the hood part submerged in the water, you feel the rest of the cloak almost animate slightly.
Yeah, he's going to call out for Long Shadow. Whether or not Long Shadow.
Yeah, it is a little bit globular, a little bit muffled.
Does it work or are you drowning? He's drowning.
He's going to pull his Long Shadow. I can actually breathe under there.
Oh, you can. Okay, good to know.
This magic shit is insane.
Another one eventually when I.
Audra just passes you while she's doing her duties around the ship and goes, "Big deal."
Audra can just do that.
Do you want to go for a swim, Audra?
Oh hell yeah! She drops whatever she's holding. Yeah, just like takes all of her rustable stuff off of her and just tosses it aside. Ready?
Wait, I have an idea. And Jason's gonna climb the mast.
Oh my god.
Make that jump, dude. You can't make that jump. You can't make that jump.
And Assassin's Creed style is gonna try and swan dive into the ocean.
But he's looking up the stats real
Okay,
quick
hang on.
of the full damage.
How wide the deck is. See if you can make that long jump.
You can probably make the jump. I'm just wondering how high can you be before you injure yourself on the water?
Oh, I'm gonna like spearhead myself. I'm gonna swan dive it.
Yeah, I know. It's still pretty high.
How long before diving is no longer
I
effective?
can roll an acrobatics check.
Oh, no.
Okay, so it's 150 meters apparently is what it takes to get like terminal velocity, and it's like 35 meters in the crow's nest. So yeah, you would survive.
Just about.
Birdie, just to distract you for a hot second before
Yep.
we get into this scene, are we ready to receive?
Do we have our Audra? Okay.
It looks like we have our Audra.
One moment.
Oh, perfect timing because we're about to swim together.
One moment, ladies and gentlemen. While I just switch us very quickly over to the hold screen. Can we get Audra in?
Yep, I yelled it. Let's see where the Audra is at. Oh, whoa.
Ooh.
There he is.
Hey.
Okay, you got the camera on, and here we are. We're back. Here's Audra.
Wow, it's Audra.
Yay! Also, I should mention this music is by Arcane Anthems.
Yes.
Let's mention that at the start.
While we're breaking. Yeah. So, Audra, you're about to witness something fucking stupid.
So,
So does Jason die when he hits the water?
Jason has obtained a cloak of the manta ray.
I built it for him.
And is testing it out. And he has said if you would like to go swimming with him, and I have said that Audra would say yes.
Absolutely.
And
Let's
Jason's
go.
idea is to climb the crow's nest and dive off of it. So the deck is 20 feet wide, which means it's 10 feet from the crow's nest, and I reckon you could jump 10 feet, right?
No.
Like it's not like you're jumping 10 feet across. It's jumping 10 feet in an arc. I reckon you can get that without much problem. So I'm not gonna make you roll for it, but
oh my god.
make an acrobatics check.
Yes.
Just perfunctory
Well,
because.
make an acrobat.
Are you doing just a straightforward dive?
Depending on the roll.
No. What are you doing before you roll so I can set the DC?
Okay, yeah, all right, fair enough. Fair enough.
No.
Jason's going to try and add some flair to it for sure.
Okay,
yes.
roll your dice.
Also, once he gets up to the top, he's going to kind of just give this cocky like speech, like, look at me, look what I'm about to, like, you know when like idiots are about to do something stupid and they're like trying to get everyone's attention.
You've got about 5 of the crew members looking up at you like, what is it? Why is he doing this?
Yeah. Imagine
Oh my
Cade's
God,
also watching at this point as he's trying to walk around
It's like-
doing stuff.
Right, so I roll acrobatics with advantage, but I'm not going to need to because the first roll was a natural 20.
Easy. You fucking triple somersault.
So hang on, wait. So I also got I've got Windwright's intuition as well, which is my mark. That's a +3, and +10 from my acrobatics. That's
Okay.
a 33.
Describe what you do.
Hell yeah.
How you dive so
do you
gracefully
do
into the
this?
water.
He's going to kind of like stand on the edge with his tiptoes, kind of just hanging off the edge of the crow's nest, his hands in the air, and almost like the wind and storm, but the air around him kind of captures his manta ray cloak with like that of a sail, and he jumps back, and for a moment it looks like he's going to fall onto the ship because he actually backflips and swan dives off of a backflip, and just the one backflip, but he arms out like yeah, and just perfectly execute the
It's
dive.
full of exaggerated swagger.
Yeah.
And yeah, just perfectly, without a splash, straight into the water. 10 out of 10 from the Olympic Diving Committee. Right, and yeah, just into the water. And as you enter the water, once again, you very with ease, you just inhale, and your lungs fill with oxygen. But this time, you feel that animation in the cloak. As you swim forward, you would normally swim maybe 5 feet with a stroke. You swim much further as you swim. You now have a swim speed while your hood is up of 60 feet.
Oh.
Damn.
So do I swim faster than Aldra?
Yeah, you do.
What the heck?
By 20 feet.
I'm gonna like
That's
try and like,
faster than me.
after I've realised that I can swim so fast, I'm gonna like slowly swim at Aldra's pace and like act like it's like really panting and like.
So you see the cloak is kind of like almost like a jellyfish. It's kind of pulsing like that, helping you along.
That's sick. That's awesome. And then just almost with like a wink to Aldra, I'm just gonna zoom.
You see, he just shoots off, leaving you in a wake of bubbles.
Almost like when someone's like Iron Man's flying and he hits a sound barrier. That, but underwater.
Rude.
Amazing.
I think if you'd had this a few sessions ago, you would have caught Marilka.
Don't tell me that shit. No.
F you! F you for saying that! Why would you say that? Why?
Aaron's face! Oh my god.
Jason's gonna get back up onto the ship and say, you know, if we had this a few weeks ago, we could have caught Marilka.
Don't.
I'm gonna push you over
Audra,
the edge.
Camera throws him off the ship.
Yeah. At the same time, there's just a paw that comes out of frame and a green hand that comes out of frame. Both just Jason back
Straight
into the
backwards
ocean.
into the water. You just do a perfunctory somersault as you go into the water.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Yeah, at a dash, you can now move 120 feet underwater.
Oh wow.
Damn.
That's
Yep.
savage.
Not fast enough to outswim a sea serpent, but
No.
A what?
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 I've got to add this to my D&D Beyond now.
I don't think I have anything else on my list of things I wanted to accomplish before we die. So I think I mean I could give the puzzle box one more try.
You can try.
Kid.
Stop. Hello. Hi.
I have been looking for a research assistant for a hot moment.
Right.
And
He's just, you find him just sat in his bunk again, meditating with the sword across his lap. Just
And
opens his eyes up. What?
I don't need you, perchance, to do anything. However,
Okay.
if you could accompany me to my lab and perhaps have a health potion ready, just in case.
What are you doing down there?
I want to try something.
You have a doctor aboard.
Yeah, but I don't want the crew to see me doing stupid shit, because that takes away my, like, authority when I tell them not to do stupid shit.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
So all I
Right.
need you to do is stand there with a health potion, and if I start bleeding out my eyes and seizing, I need you to give it to me.
Bleeding out of your eyes and seizing.
It happened last
What are
time.
you want to let me know what you're doing down there
You shall
first?
see. You shall see if you agree.
The last time I agreed to something without knowing the full extent of the complications, gestures to the sword.
That's fair. But for you and slight danger to myself.
Okay.
If not, I'm going to do it anyway without you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I'm aware. All right. Just gets up.
He goes and he walks down. There's a small, like, little box that's over on his desk that he opens up and pulls out a golden, warm cube with rubies on it.
Uh-huh.
Stand right there.
Let's get on my
Ooh,
D6s.
spooky. It's a box.
Get on my knees. Oh,
That is a failure. That is a failure.
no.
What'd you roll?
No.
Okay, I'll just have to roll them twice.
Oh, I hate that sentence.
Oh, that's a lot of big numbers. 10, 15, 20,
What's your max HP?
26.
Don't worry about it.
What's your max HP?
Don't worry about it.
death.
Oh, that's a lot of high
unlikely
numbers.
to go to max HP. It's unlikely. He'll get me to 0 probably. I'm expecting to go to 0. I'm not expecting to die.
Wait, hold on. Did you give me a health potion?
I have one on me, so I'll just hand that one to you.
What is your max HP?
Uh-oh.
I'll text it to you because I don't want them. freaking
Okay,
out.
never mind. You take 56 points of damage.
Okay, dope. That's not enough to kill me. That is enough to drop me to 0 though.
Okay, what potion do you had you given
I had a
me
regular ass
beforehand?
health.
Wait, hold
potion.
on. Wait, no. First of all, make a wisdom saving throw. I forgot to do that bit.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
okay. Okay. That is 13.
Okay, you take 56 points of damage.
Okay. Okay.
That's it. It was that or half that.
You want to describe to Cade what happens to me when,
No,
when
I was waiting for the and. I was like, and?
So, you see, he's trying to work at the puzzle box. He's like shifting a few of the pieces of it, and then after
I
a
had
little
one of
bit,
these when I was a kid. It's
After
a
a
little bit more complicated.
yeah, after a short while, the rubies in the puzzle box start glowing, and you see the Longshadow's eyes roll back. The puzzle box snaps back together. All of the work he'd done being undone, and you see Longshadow pass out as all the life is drained out of him.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm sitting on the floor dying, Cade. You gonna save me?
Takes 56 psychic damage.
What the?
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck, Longshot? Takes the potion.
You know.
Yeah, it's gonna feed him the health potion. Just like, what are you doing, idiot?
All right, that's 9 hit points back.
Idiot.
The temptation to race Spectre. Ooh.
He's not dead yet. He's not dead yet.
Oh,
He was just unconscious.
Oh no. Also,
Well,
considering the
important.
dreams you've had about Cade, that was
I'm trying to
that
trust
was a lot
Cade.
of trust right
I'm
there.
not doing it, but I'm trusting him more.
Okay.
Hmm.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do in this time? I think Ben, you
I'd
mentioned
like
you
to
want to
yell
say
at you,
something.
Long Shadow.
Okay. Is there
Okay.
anything else Cade would like to do?
Yeah. There is one thing I will do after that. So yeah, just in the moment, I'll just feed you the health potion as you wake up. Just be like, what was that? Why? What? That is definitely not the kind of thing I had when I was a kid. That thing almost killed you. What? Dog Shadow? Have you lost your ability to speak?
No.
Hello?
No. I am just. I will figure this out one day.
What is that thing? What? Why?
Does anyone else taste the coconut and metal?
No.
Hmm.
Don't do that again.
Huh.
Promise me you won't do that again.
I will do no such thing. As he slips the cube back into his pocket.
I'll confiscate that.
Give her a walk. And he's just gonna walk up the stairs and
I
just
will confiscate it.
and he's just gonna stand at the edge of the ship just
You're still feeling. You have a throbbing headache.
Yup. He kind of stumbles
He
past
said, "Yup."
all the crew members and just pats them on the shoulder for no reason.
I'm just gonna walk over to Audra and just be like, Captain Audra, our quartermaster is messing with a cube-looking thing that looks like something I had when I was a kid, but certainly isn't because it almost killed him when he tried to mess with it. Just be aware of that. Don't let him do that again. I told him I'd confiscate it, but I don't think he'll listen to me.
I don't think he'll listen to you either. I saw him messing with it
Wow,
the other
thanks.
night when he cracked his head against the ship. I'm just saying, I don't think he's going to listen to anybody. I'm not going to try and take it away from him. You can try.
Why you guys listen to me? He says that as like a joke and then kind of has a moment. It's like, actually, I did want to talk to you and the others about that. I'm sorry about the whole thing that happened, you know, before we left. We were disagreeing about stuff. We weren't really working as a team there. We gotta all be on the same page. So it all worked out in the end, but I just worried about what might happen. Guess I gotta have a little more faith, you know?
As much as I agree with that sentiment, and I do appreciate the apology, but I also owe you an apology. I was rather obstinate. Obviously, these things will happen since we're, you know, all trying to go the same direction in different ways, it seems sometimes.
Uh-huh.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure out how we all work together.
Yeah.
And I feel as though we did shut you down pretty hard, but don't let that quiet yourself.
I'll try. We'll just have to see what happens, I guess. But we're all in unanimous agreement that he shouldn't mess with that box thing, right? We're on the same page about that.
We're in agreement. We're in agreement that he shouldn't. However, I don't think I'm in agreement, but I will not stop him.
See, this is the thing I meant about the whole working together thing, and like, forget
right,
it.
but that's like,
If you go downstairs and you find him dead, that's on you. That's not me. I warned you about that.
that's on him.
Well, yeah. You know what? Yes,
Exactly.
you're right. That's on him.
Exactly. But I'll try my best not to let that happen.
He said he could taste metal. That doesn't seem good.
Blood. You ever taste blood before?
Anyway, I've got walks off. Just a bit like, ooh, that's a tough question.
You don't wade through that many. I just rolled for it. You don't wade through that many bodies without a little bit of blood getting in your mouth.
Wouldn't have been the first time. Jeez.
Also, you know, like everyone's bitten the inside of their lip.
Yeah.
Everyone's licked a cut. Like,
Yeah.
right.
But there's a difference between your own blood and someone else's.
There is. Okay. So if that's everything. I said it like I'm an authority. I've never tasted someone else's blood. I should specify. Okay.
Welcome back to Sorodin Chronicles,
with
everybody.
that, Jason.
Hello.
As you retire to your bunk on the evening of the 6th night, you have a feeling in the pit of your stomach that you can't quite place. Is it excitement? The feeling of being so close to your goal, like miles away from answers to questions that have plagued you all of your life? Is it dread? Dread that the answers you seek might be pulled beneath the waves to the crushing blackness of the deep? Or is it fear? Your mind harkens back to the vision you had in Dock Lorcar. That enormous serpent with shimmering scales that seemed to disappear beneath the waves. A monster bigger than any you've seen. Bigger than fear. Bigger than death. It was death. The creak of the sturdy Dawn Rider's walls transform in your mind to the cracking of Imperial ships being split in two. A shiver runs down your spine as you remember it swallowing sailors whole as easily as a sailor might swallow a sardine. How could you hope to beat that? How could anyone? Lightning cracks outside the ship. Deep, powerful thunder rolls into the night. You feel the tension of static electricity charge through the hull of the Dawn Rider, into you. The tattoo on your neck glows that cold blue, like lightning, and the unease in your stomach lifts. You feel different now, at ease. A feeling you recall from your days aboard the Roaring Tide, when Captain Dashin would put a hand on your shoulder before a fight, or before sailing into a storm. And with that, the rumbling of thunder lulls you to sleep.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, mate. Butterflies. Actual butterflies.
Kenna, your camera is having
I'm shivering.
Yeah, your camera is
time.
glitching out.
That's one of the reasons I giggled earlier, because you stopped and moved your head one way, but your chin couldn't decide
your
where
chin
it was
stayed
at.
right there.
That's why I was fucking crying earlier. Oh.
We love that.
Amazing. Right. And with that, also thank you for the raid, Stormcaller 3801.
Oh, nice.
shit,
Thank you. Hello, people.
Thank you.
We're about to do some scary stuff.
Sorry, I was knee deep in roleplay. Okay. And with that, the next morning comes, and the rest of you, the storm continues through the night, and when you wake up the next day, there's no rain, and the winds aren't too rough. Just enough to rock the ship and spur you on your way. But the thunder and lightning continues through the night and into the next day. The pervasive clouds overhead, just enough to break up the sunlight.
Well, at least we're not in the Feywild again.
Not that you know.
Haven't had time.
You haven't put shit on the palace floor yet.
We don't even want to begin to explain that to the new viewers. Fuck. That's a whole thing.
Yeah, we don't have time to unpack that.
No. Right. And yes, the crew makes its way, and you sail without incident for most of the day. And if there's nothing anyone else would like to do, you are currently sailing up the coast of the Barony. And Jason,
I think
no, carry on.
Oh, hello.
I was just gonna say for that day, Long Shadow is going to go down through his chest of things down in his workshop and pull out one of the short swords that he grabbed from the what was the name of the gang we killed? I don't remember. What the water gang we killed?
The
them.
Undertow.
What was their name? The Undertow. Thank you.
The Undertow.
Yeah, he's going to go pull out one of the short swords he grabbed from the Undertow, and he's just going to spend that morning hanging his feet over the edge of his hammock on the side of the ship with a whetstone sharpening it.
Okay. Yeah, you are drawing very close to where you suspect your vision took place, Jason, and you have this tension, like your adrenaline is just ready to spike all day. and
He's Jason's gonna be sitting aside in the captain's quarters with Audra if she's there, and he's just gonna be like not talking, but he's got his cavalier's sword out on his out across his knees, and he's just got like a dull stone, and he's just gliding the stone across the blade.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming it's a whetstone, not just a rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be. It could be.
It's just a rock. That's not going to help very much.
Look, Long Shadow, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, Long Shadow. That's not how it works.
Why is it not sharp?
Audra's gonna kind of glance over at Jason, and she's just gonna say, "Hey, are you nervous?"
I think so. Nerves. I'm oddly calm. I think. There's this static tension to the air that I feel like I'm feeding off it.
One thing you would have noticed, Audra, is the tattoo on
Interesting.
Jason's neck hasn't faded all day, and it normally only glows when you charge it.
How are you?
Are you at least a little bit excited to meet her?
I don't know. I'm terrified more to meet her than to fight the beast, I think. I'm worried that she will not be who I want her to, but no one can live up to you as a big sister.
Hey, that's what I like to hear.
She's got big boots.
What do you want her to be like? I mean,
You.
my feet are pretty large.
I want her to be like you, and if she's not, I think it will be disappointing.
I'm gonna caution you there, you know.
Hmm?
I'm gonna caution you with that thought, because there's only one of me.
Yeah.
And whoever she is, she will be her own. So,
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want her to die. I'm curious about what this means, and it's something that I want to explore, but I don't feel a closeness to her because I don't know her. I want to, but I don't know whether or not
You will.
she will want to know me. And this is something that we will find out.
you're right.
But we kill beasts all the
Cross that
time,
bridge.
so
This is true. This is just another SOB that's going down.
do you remember that displacer cat that we fought when we first met Kate?
That was incredible. We didn't even kill that one.
I know. What if we capture the sea beast?
Oh my god, what if we caught it?
We should tie it up.
Are you
You
guys
should
talking about
catch
this loudly on top of the deck?
Yeah, they're in the captain's quarters.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if Cade would hear this.
Kate would probably just hear wild laughter from the captain's quarters.
I think he would hear that, and then just at the mention, just for no reason whatsoever, he'd just feel a chill up his spine. What was that?
Jason's up to something.
Someone just had a stupid idea.
Jason's doing some bullshit senses are tingling.
Okay. Audra, when you're having this conversation and you feel the need. Not that you feel the need. You recall time spent on the Roaring Tide. when you would often get into naval battles, you know, scrapes with other ships mainly, and occasionally fighting some much less threatening sea monster. But before a fight,
Right.
the captain would always do something to raise morale on the ship. Some kind of speech for the benefit of the crew.
Oh. Right.
And you remember,
Yeah.
this is your job now as the captain.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay. Shit, put me on the spot. Okay. Whew. Audra's gonna look at Jason and she's gonna be like, you know, joking like this is all fun and good and, you know, laughing and everything, but... And she's gonna get really sad, and you kind of see her tear up for a minute in the captain's quarters, and she's just gonna say, am I there?
Yeah, you're here.
Hello?
Yeah, you're here.
Hello.
What?
Hello?
Audra?
Oh, we lost
Kenna?
an Audra.
Beans.
No.
Beans, it's so
God.
emotional.
We can hear you.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Oh, Birdie, it might be best to just disconnect and make her reconnect.
Ooh.
Kenna?
I'm back.
Are you back? No. You gotta pull the plug. Do it.
How do I do that? There we go. Disconnect.
There you go. And make her reconnect.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh, this
we're
is so
split across
sad.
things again.
Of all the days, hey, I'm still me. Of all the days that like
Hey guys, I'm Audra. Hello. Wow,
Wait.
that's making an emotional
I'm
speech.
Ben. Hi.
Yeah.
It's me, Cade Vakian.
Ben, if you wanted to, you could still be Cade.
Oh yeah, okay. Hi. Wait, this way? Is it this way?
Yeah,
What's
it's
on the
over.
screen?
No, it's over your arm. There you go. You gotta get all the way over your arm.
Hello. I am still Cade Vakian, but I am also Audra. I am both. Wow.
I am split perfectly between two worlds.
I'm just me. Jason and I are just normal. There's
Hello.
an Audra.
Here we are.
Oh, whoa. Okay, there
Hello?
you go. Hi, what's up?
Oh.
Kenna, can you hear us? You okay?
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Oh,
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's
This was
okay.
the saddest day.
My internet is... My internet's not being very good.
Just disable all of our videos and speak to us blindly.
Yeah.
Okay? Are you good?
Actually, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, I think so. Okay.
All right.
So we were still in the captain's quarters, right?
Yes.
Okay, so before anything happens, Audra's kind of look at Jason and she's gonna say, you know, joking around is all well and good, and she's gonna get kind of teary-eyed and she's just gonna be like, I really miss our captain. And I'm not him. And I don't know how to be him. And I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't mind leading people, but I'm really scared to do this.
Jason's going to. Where is Audra? Is she sitting down or standing up?
Yeah, she's kind of sitting on the edge of the desk.
Okay. Jason's going to put his hand on top of Audra's. He's going to put both hands on top of Audra's. Just like looking at her. I think we forget in blissful memory that one of the things that made our captain so great was the crew around him. He was a wise man, he was a brilliant man, but he relied on his friends. And I feel that we have good people around us, and we must lean on them when we need to lean on them, and take responsibility when we need to take responsibility. I miss him too. And no one will ever be him. You can't be him, I cannot be him. Just as my sister cannot be you. I think we should try to worry less about being other people and try worry more about being the best versions of ourselves that we can be.
Audra's gonna kind of just wipe her eyes, and she's gonna nudge Jason, and she's gonna say, "When did you get so wise?"
I was always wise, I'm just a dick.
You're full of shit! Okay. Okay. Alright. Right. Captain time. Okay.
Jason's going to pick up the hat from the table, and he's going to put it on her head and like wobble it so it fits. And he's going to pull back and make like a picture frame with his hands. It suits you.
Thanks. DM, what time is it?
In game, late afternoon. It's approaching, like it's getting darker outside. Yep, and also you are glitching right now. No, you're back.
God bless America!
It's the most patriotic swear.
Oh, Canada!
Okay, so before my computer glitches out completely, and before it gets dark, I'm gonna gather the crew on deck for a meeting.
Fantastic. Yep, you get corral the crew onto deck, the quartermaster and the first mate helping. And
right.
Yeah, everyone is sorry. The boat is slightly rocking. There is thunder rolling overhead. Yeah.
Wow. Audra is going to be. Her hands are shaking a little bit, so she grabs the wheel of the ship and she says, "Crew, soon we will be engaging what we can only assume is an incredible monstrosity." And she's gonna kind of gauge the attitude of the crew. What is it when she says that?
They all kind of like have furrowed brow. They're just you've got them engaged. They're waiting for the butt right now.
Right. However, she's gonna say, however, this is not something that we cannot overcome. I imagine that this will be one of the toughest fights in our lives. But with the time that we have spent together, I trust you all. I will fight my hardest for you. I will not let you fall. And I trust that you will all do the same for each other. We are one crew, we are one ship. This is one beast against the lot of us. I have every faith that we can do this. What say you?
Make a performance check. With advantage.
If I'm like
as soon as she finishes.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we're like a half a second early on the crowd cheer, can we like give her advantage on that to like hype everyone like with
You already had advantage. Don't worry, you can do that.
Okay, cool. We're doing that.
Wait, what's my
Cade's right
performance?
there.
Oh no. Okay. I think my
Charisma
performance is just
based.
+1. I got an 18. That's a 19.
Okay. And you see everyone kind of starts nodding at the like, we're one troop, we're one ship, we are one beasts all together, and they start leading the cheer. Dawn Rider, Dawn Rider, Dawn Rider.
And then Audra's just gonna be like, let's kick its ass!
And as you finish that, let's kick its ass. The crowd, the crew goes up in an enormous cheer that is cut short as you hear a across the waves.
Oh no.
The sound of
no.
the sound of a cannon firing echoing out across the water.
Oh, that's much better. Okay.
That wasn't the sound of the sea monster going.
Yeah. Boo.
I'm Sea Monster and I have a gun.
Forbidden magic. Have we lost Kenna?
Oh, beans.
Yep.
It's just a sea serpent with a
God damn
Glock.
it. Yeah.
It's like imagine a rattlesnake, but instead of the rattle, it's a gun.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that's from Rango?
Yeah, from Rango.
Yeah. Got a fucking minigun where the rattle's meant to be.
I have a
Oh my
question.
God.
Artie, while we don't have Kenna, don't you have like it set up for if she's not here?
Not, but only if I have turned my non-video participants on.
There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the thing. Like, there we go.
There.
Oh, we got our own
There we go.
mobile.
That's fine.
Okay. This is fine. This is good enough. Okay. Right. And
So we hear the large bang.
you hear the sound of a cannon exploding across the water, and you hear Janice from atop the crow's nest shouting, "Ship ho!"
Her, carry us towards the ship. Everyone, open sails. We're going as fast as we can.
The crew all start assembling, going about their duties, getting the ship moving, and in record time, you manage to get the ship turned about towards the where Janice had gestured to where the ship was. You see her raising her staff, jamming it into the deck of the ship as you've seen her do before, and she goes, "The wind is with us." And
It is. Yes, it is.
you see the clouds above in two spots start twisting as you feel the wind that was already like fairly strong begins to pick up, filling your waves, creaking the mast. You feel filling the sails. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry.
Hey.
Filling the sails, creasing the mast.
Space, and I was thinking the same
And
thing.
yeah, I didn't notice I made a mistake until I saw Aaron's face. Filling the sails, creaking the mast, and you feel the ship begin to move through the waves much faster than before. And before long, anyone who's looking in the direction of the ship, you do see this large resplendent ship, a little larger than your own, much more fitted out for war than for transport. And you see two great heavy cannons up on the top deck. Beyond that, you see the large mirrored scales of an enormous sea serpent. You must think this thing... It's from this distance, it's difficult to get a sense of scale on this thing. Most of it, you can tell, must be beneath the waves. It's enough to wrap itself one whole time around the ship. And I'd like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, no,
my
no,
God.
no.
Okay. Favorite die, first die, or most loyal die? What do I use here? I'm thinking most loyal die.
Go for it. Won't make a difference. Ah, beans. Okay, Audra.
17.
17. Is that the total? Next up is Cade. What do you got?
4.
Nice. Then Jason.
12 plus 6, 18.
18.
Nice.
At least one of you's going before the sea monster.
Oh,
And Long
no.
Shadow.
So I have a +5 to my initiative, so that makes it a total of 6.
Nice.
Oh! So I'm
That's
still
unfortunate.
lowest on the initiative.
Right. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so first up you see Svarduj, who is actually first in the initiative order, put a hand on Guz's shoulder and says, "Come, boy, we must make ready." And they start assembling all of their medical supplies. Then it is Jason. The ship is you're around about 100 feet from the monster at the moment.
Okay. Jason's going to use his full movement to descend the stairs, approach the front of the ship, and in the area that a figurehead would be, like on that, like, not a mast, but the front of the ship. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He stands there and draws one cavalier sword, almost like he's like standing on guard, ready to join the fight. And
Absolutely.
he's gonna take a dodge action.
Okay. Also, I just want to say, you have access to all of your abilities for this.
All
All of them.
of this.
Yes.
Oh, damn. Whilst he's descending the ship as well and making his way to the front, he's going to start barking out orders for certain people to get on the ballistas, certain people to be on in charge of the sails and as such.
Just the spirit of your captain moving through you. You start barking orders as you charge through the ship with your sword drawn, and sailors begin getting to their posts, going into beneath the galleys, grabbing weapons, ready for the attack. And the next up is going to be the sea serpent. And the sea serpent is going to just crush that fucking ship a little bit.
No.
Don't
no.
mind that.
Our ships are theirs.
Not a fan of that. Well, the one it's around, I would assume.
How far away is it currently?
100 feet.
So your ship is about 100 feet away from it. You're getting close.
Okay.
Okay. Does that many damage to the ship? Good to know. Audra. Audra's. Oh, why did Audra have to go?
Audra! No!
Kenna!
No.
I'm gonna start. Yeah, I'm gonna start using the on deck method. So Audra's next on deck is Tifa.
Okay.
Hey.
So it's my turn?
Yep, it's your turn.
Okay, and the serpent is attacking the other ship?
Yeah, you see it crush the ship, and then it uses one of its legendary actions. You see it pick a sailor off the deck, and just rearing its head up, it swallows it whole.
Oh no.
Fuck. Okay.
We told Guz to go below decks, right?
Guz is currently helping Svarduj if anyone gets hurt.
How far...
Guz is not
how
fighting.
How far are we from the monster?
So the ship is about 100 feet away.
Okay, I turn to Katrin and I just say, get us there.
Yeah, you are currently headed full speed there.
Excellent. I'm not gonna rage yet. I'm gonna pull out my sword. Can I ready an action to have a javelin ready as soon as we're within range?
Yeah, so you can ready an action for an attack as soon as you're within range of the thing. Okay.
Okay,
That's what you want to do.
what I'm doing.
Okay. And that means it's Tifa's turn. And Tifa is going to... You can barely see some figure with blonde, silvery hair going down her back. She's swinging a cutlass and barking orders at her men. You see her... Like, very barely you can hear her voice saying, "Stand back!" She swings her cutlass behind her head, striking into the side of this sea serpent. As you see it strikes, lightning sparks off of her sword across the hide of the sea serpent.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty metal.
The energy, Cade, you would notice specifically yourself, is very similar to that of Witch Bolt.
Cool.
Oh.
Cool.
Who says, oh?
Okay.
Oh.
Alright.
As you see, after the strike, that lightning does begin to does kind of hold its position. Okie doke, and that is dice. There it is. Positives. 16, 25. That's that many. Okay, and Sorry, everyone. Maths.
Totally okay. I'm just scared.
As you see the lightning arc off of the back of the sea serpent. And then it is the crew of the Dawn Rider and the crew members that Jason had been ordering around. They get onto the ballista and they wheel it around, like cranking the lever to turn it around onto the sea serpent, and they a enormous spear being enormous ballista bolt being hurled towards the thing, and ballista does so much damage. I have that written down. 3d10.
Nice.
It's not. Could be better.
Oh.
Okay.
Well.
And then it is on deck is someone. Okay, they're all gonna do a bunch of damage.
Oh shit.
I need a d20. So that is 9 damage, 24 damage. So that's 30. Woo. 9 plus 20 plus 24 is 33. And maths. I'm gonna have to keep a calculator handy this whole time. No.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. Maths are hard. Maths are hard, buddy.
Plus. Okay. And that is that much. 1, 2. And then it is. So 1, 2, 3. Cannon. 10, 11. 22, 29, and 33.
Nice.
Okay.
It's gotta be almost dead already, right?
Sure, totally,
Right.
completely.
Yeah. How do you want to do this, guys?
Absolutely.
Yep.
And then it is going to be her's turn, and her's going to spend her turn, and she's going to cast. You see the end of her staff glows blue, and she's going to cast Tidal Wave right behind the ship, pushing you guys forward a good 40 feet. What's the range on your javelin?
It is. The range on my javelin is 30 to 120.
Okay, you can roll a disadvantage.
Okay.
You could have rolled a disadvantage at the start. You didn't need to wait. Unless you want to wait until you're within 30 feet.
Well, it's okay. I have a question. Is it you get disadvantage after 120?
No, you get disadvantage after 30. You can't hit after 120.
Oh, okay. Cool.
120 is long range.
I'll do the disadvantage.
Okay.
Ooh, that is not great. 16.
Okay, 16 does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay.
As you launch your javelin across off the ship, you see it connect with the monster's hide, but it just glances off its scales. And then after her, it is going to be Long Shadow's turn. Cade, you're on deck.
Long Shadow is going to take a moment and tune out the craziness of the battle that's already beginning around him, and he's going to walk to the section that is of the ship that is going to be closest when we make contact with the other ship. Pull the hair back in a single band, all behind him, and take out his swords and begin to cast a spell. As he speaks, he's going to bring one sword down and slice the air in front of him, and as it does so, 3 illusory clones of Long Shadow appear out of that slice in the air as he casts Mirror Image.
Okay.
And I gotta roll something real quick. That's good enough. As one, they're going to look at each other and take the feathered dagger, the dagger of returning, and slowly run it down the length of the short sword, causing this vibration as they all activate the blade song.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah, you just see Long Shadow divide into 3 Long Shadows, and they all start forming this ritual. Is that everything?
That's action, bonus action, and movement.
Okay. With that, the Dawn Rider is going to finish moving towards the thing. So it is now the amount of range is dependent on where you are on the ship. But you are right alongside the sea serpent. Svar and Guz don't have anything to do. Jason.
What? My turn. Skip me.
Oh yeah, what about
I did.
what
Sorry.
about-
Sorry.
I was like,
Cade.
hey, what?
I apologize.
Yeah.
Cade, it's your turn.
Okay. So yeah, Cade will also run to the front of the ship so that he is close enough to it. He's just gonna look down. Can I currently see it, or is it in the water? Like out
You
of
can
sight?
see the bit that is wrapped around the ship.
Cool.
It will be disadvantaged to
oh.
try and detect it under the water.
It's wrapped around the ship.
Yes. It's enormous. This is a gargantuan in game
Right.
terms.
It's like the head that I can see. How? Right. Okay. That's a 10-foot space, so it's fine. Cool. I'm
the
just
head
gonna-
would be considered a 10-foot space. Yeah.
All right.
You're like, let
Cast
me
it
just wrap my head around the
towards-
enormity here.
towards.
This is easily
head
the
of it,
biggest
then.
thing any of you have ever seen.
I am going to just hold out a hand. It'll be a crack of thunder. As I'm going to cast Shatter on
Okay,
it.
yeah, you can shatter right on its
Constitution saving throw,
on its
please.
giant head. Right, yeah, con saving throw. Yeah, it's totally bad at these. But I did roll poorly, so that is a 9.
Does not pass. 4d8 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, where you at? Up. All right. That's an 8 on the first one. It's an 8 again. Wow. And that's a 7. Jeez. Wow. That was okay. So that's 16 plus 7. Maths.
23.
23. Bam.
That total.
Yep.
What damage is that? Is it thunder damage?
Thunder. Yes.
Okie doke. All right. So that was 23 points of damage.
Blast 'em. One of my spell slots gone, boys.
Okay. And then the ship finishes its move towards the not the Hydra, the sea serpent, and you.
Are we close enough to slam into it?
If you ordered Genis, so if you ordered the pilot,
Damage our ship. Sounds like a plan.
if you order the pilot to try and ram it, yeah,
Cool.
your ship is not built for ramming.
Nope.
I will say that.
Yeah. I just wanted to gauge how, like, are we within boarding distance almost?
Within boarding distance, yes, you are very close to boarding distance with the other ship. If you had a long enough plank, you are just slightly out of it.
Right.
But yeah, you weren't. If you wanted to ram, you need to tell me now, because you
No.
can't do it after this.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. In that case, Jason, it is your turn.
So imagining the ship coming like head on to the other ship and the serpent fight each other at the moment.
So yeah, you went head on, and then you started pulling up alongside, basically.
Okay, cool. Jason is. How close does the other ship look like to sinking?
It's looking heavily damaged. The you see where it is wrapped around, the planks are beginning to get crushed. You see the ship is made of much sturdier stuff than the Imperial flotilla you saw in your dream.
Yeah.
And it is withstanding. However, its muscles are trying to contract around the ship, and it is
Yeah.
beginning to give.
Okay. So from his position, he's going to start bellowing, and this. All right. So up to you, DM, on how can I cast Gust of Wind as I shout to carry my voice across the ocean?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, just like a little bit of flavour on it.
Yeah. If you're not using it to damage anything, then yeah.
No, not to damage, not to cause any effects whatsoever. Just want to carry my voice over to the rest
Absolutely,
of the ship.
absolutely.
And he's going to shout across, "Everyone, board that ship now! Your ship's going to sink. We're here to rescue you."
Okay.
Huh? Good call.
Is that
Decent call.
everything?
He's going to shout behind him, Start preparing to receive their crew." And he's going to take a dodge action again, and just hold ready to. If he wants to be attacked, then he's ready to dodge.
All right. And it's going to be the sea serpent's turn, and the sea serpent. Oh, where's Cade?
Oh no.
Okay. First of all, it's going to strike at the two people who have wounded it thus far. It's going to go for Tifa, and it's going to go for Cade.
Oh, she dead.
Oh.
Okay, so first off, that is a 24 to hit Tifa. Second off, that is a 16 to hit Cade.
Oh, that's my AC.
Meets beats, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Right, okay, that is... first off to Tifa. That is 17 damage.
Oh.
And
dear.
to Cade... that's another 17, actually. I rolled a 9 and a 1, and then an 8 and a 2.
So it was 17, yeah?
Yep, and...
Is what a scratch.
I
not.
would like you, Cade, to make a an athletics or a acrobatics check. Your choice.
Athletics or acrobatics. Okay. Which is better? They're both the same, so it doesn't matter. That's 5 total.
Okay. And you feel your feet lifted from the deck of the ship as you are trapped in its jaw right now. However, it's not going to use its second. It doesn't have enough legendary actions to swallow you, so it is going. So it's instead going to use its legendary action to further crush the ship. Not your ship, the other ship.
Oh, okay.
And that is
God.
That's an 18. That's an 18 plus 7.
I guess we don't have to go like fill that one castle with shit or whatever.
Oh my god. No.
Oh my god.
Oh, that would have been bad.
Okay.
Still could
and
be
that's-
very bad.
That's quite a lot of damage to the ship. You see boards being crushed and snapped as you feel the muscles contract, and you all see as Cade is snatched from the deck and held in the mouth of the sea beast. And then it is gonna be the Dawn Rider crew who are going to wheel around and shoot another. First of all, now that they're within range, the foot crew are going to do some stabbing.
Come on, foot crew.
And they do. That's quite a lot. That's a 23 damage.
Nice.
Right.
Am I under any conditions right now? Am
You are
restrained?
grappled.
Am I grappled? I'm grappled, right.
And then it's
I
gonna
can't
be
hit it.
That's a 6, 10, 16, 20. Okay. And yeah, you see they all start thrusting spears into the side of this sea monster, and they release another bolt from the ballista. And then it is going to be Audra's turn. Oh, I actually made the crew go too soon. Okay, sorry. Anyway, Audra's turn. Tifa's on deck.
Okay, that's fine.
It's a lot of people to keep track of.
No, that's all good.
Audra's gonna whip out her flame sword. Where's Cade in relation to me? How far away?
He would
In
be
its
a
mouth.
good 20 feet in the air.
Oh!
He's 20 feet in the air.
He's in the jaw of the sea serpent.
He's in its jaw, like it has
He's
him in its mouth.
He's written like that.
It can
Between his
just-
teeth. It's got it in its mouth. Like a cat with a mouse.
Is there any way for me to get there?
You could not in 6 seconds.
Okay.
It would be a matter of like climbing the mast and unless you can fly, not in 6 seconds.
Okay. Where is so its body is around their ship?
Yeah, it's the body's around the ship, and it's like extended itself. It's like I can't describe enough how large this thing is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has the reach to go to extend its head onto your deck and snatch people off.
Okay. So that means its body is kind of close to our ship then?
Yeah,
Part
you've
of
pulled
its
it. You've
body?
pulled up alongside. It could probably unravel and go around your ship.
Okay, I would like to first attack it with my flame sword, and then I'm going to throw a javelin towards its eye.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and make this a reckless attack.
Go for it.
Not bad. 20, dirty 20.
Nice.
Dirty 20 will hit, yes.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and... I played with my flame sword in so long, lols. Okay, so it's 2d6. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12 striking damage plus 6 fire damage.
Okay. Yeah, you see, when you strike it with your greatsword, you see that initial impact doesn't quite have the force you would expect it to. You've faced creatures like this before, and you can tell it has resistance to non-magical attacks. But yeah, you see the fire catch on the side of the sea serpent, and yes.
Excellent. Okay, I forgot this. I'm gonna rage.
Well, we can retcon that. You can do an additional 2 damage.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Additional 2 damage. And then I'm also going to go ahead and go with that javelin throw.
Okay. With this javelin throw, is your intent to harm or to try and get Kate out?
It's to try and get Kate out, so...
Okay, I want you to roll 2 attacks.
I will.
So roll the d20 twice and tell me each one.
Okay.
I will fall 20 feet.
20 feet's not far. You can survive that.
Into the water, though.
Nah, maybe not.
Maybe not. Might be onto the deck.
It was just 2 straight, like 2 attack rolls?
Yeah, just roll 2 d20s and add your attack modifiers.
Okay. The first one was a 19. The next one was a 22.
Okay, actually, yes. So, okay, roll your damage.
Okay. Javelin is just 1d6. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11, okay.
And then I also need it to go ahead and make a dex save.
Okie doke. I'm not rolling well for this monster. That is a 9.
Okay. It's also going to take a d6 of lightning damage.
Nice.
Ooh, I rolled a 6. So 6 lightning damage.
6 lightning damage.
As she throws the javelin, you see almost trailing the javelin is just a lightning bolt following after it.
And as it lodges in, you see Cade, it lodges right into its jawbone. And you see that lightning kind of crackle along the side. And make me another acrobatics check. Or athletics acrobatic.
They're the same. They're the
athletics,
same.
athletics, whatever you want. Yeah.
Oh my god!
With advantage.
7.
Okay.
Plus 2, 9.
Yeah, it manages to it doesn't quite manage to be enough to drop it.
That was
you
a
get to do
natural
it.
1 and then a 7.
You get to do it again on your turn, remember?
Yeah, but also... Oh, wait, no, my turn is before it.
Out of there, buddy.
Alright, then it is Tifa's turn. And Tifa is going to... No,
Who's on deck?
That's hers. Tifa's turn on deck is the crew of the Storm Marshal. And you see, she starts ordering to her crew. She says, "Stand your ground! We don't abandon ship yet!"
Oh.
That's my girl.
Well, because Boyo over here told her to abandon ship.
Yeah, I know.
And with that, she's gonna point her sword up at the sea serpent. Is gonna cast lightning bolt.
Oh man.
Oh, damn. That's a spicy spell right there. Goddamn.
It needs to make a dex save.
I like that spell.
Its save is so beats it, makes the save. So that's 37.
I like your funny spell, magic person.
It takes 18 damage. As you see this blinding lightning bolt extend from her sword and strike the side of the beast.
Let's go. What a champ.
Okay. And that is going to be Tifa's turn. And next up is the crew, and the crew are going to do what they do best.
Crew stuff. Just crew stuff.
No, they're gonna try and hit the thing.
Just crew things.
Okay, 6.
We gonna die.
No, we not.
You say we.
I say we because I'm gonna do something stupid on my turn.
No, no.
Everybody's like, no.
Aaron, no. I just need to make a fucking deck save.
You can do that. I
Goddamn.
believe in you. I believe in you.
I believe.
I mean, I've had a natural 1 and a 7 so far. So.
Okay. And then it is going to be Her's turn. On deck is Long Shadow. Her seeing. She's going to start casting her staff around, and you see the clouds above begin to crackle and spark as she casts Call Lightning.
Let's go.
Okay. And it is going to pass its save and take half as much. Okay. Right. As you see a giant lightning bolt call down from the sky and strike the side of the monster. And it is Long Shadow's turn. On deck is Cade.
Eyes, right? Like bigger eyes.
It has
Thing is,
fairly
this-
large eyes.
Okay, you said it's about 20 feet in the air above me?
Yeah.
Its
Oh my
face?
god.
Can I Misty Step on top of its head?
Yes, but if you want to do that, you're gonna make me a dex save.
Dex save, not like an acrobatics check or anything? Alright, that's
Dex
valid.
save
That's
as you try to not slip off of its head.
good at these. I'm good at these. Yes, okay, that's a 17 plus 5 is going to be a 22.
Okay, as you misty step onto the top of this thing, you start slipping on its very slick mirrored scales, and
There are 4 long shadows flipping on its head, right?
yeah, and you just managed to catch yourself. What else you want to do?
Cade. I say down to the Cade that's like 5 feet below me. I want to take my dagger returning. I'm going to actually stow the short sword for a second. I'm going to take the dagger returning, flip it over in my hand, and whisper some arcane words so it bursts into green fire. And I want to try and bring it down into its eye. I want to see if I can hit that, because you never know, I might miss.
Okay. You might miss.
Okay.
It's not. This is not easy to hit, even from its head.
I know. I might miss. Okay. That's 13 plus 9 is going to be 22.
That hits.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Can I just like bring it down and start stirring it like scrambled eggs? Just
Oh,
You can try. Okay.
Okay.
You bring your dagger down into its eye. You manage to make
Don't
contact.
do
It
eyes,
is the
man.
full extent of your arm to reach down to its eye.
yeah. And that. Okay, so that's gonna for damage is going to. I almost forgot that I have to roll fucking damage. I'm not gonna lie, I'm low key panicking.
I just like.
Let's see here. I'm low key panicking. My hands are shaking. That's not very good on the damage. So for the piercing damage, that's going to go ahead and be 9 points of piercing damage and then only 2 points of fire damage.
9 points of piercing, which is halved to 4, and then 2 points of fire damage.
Well, it is a
6.
magical weapon, by the way. Fair
Oh yeah,
warning.
so
The dagger.
so it's 9. So it's
So spooked.
okay. Is that everything? Is that it?
I have a second attack, so I'm gonna go
Okay.
ahead and use that. I'm trying to scramble
Just
this
with the
eye,
same
trying to
knife,
see what
the same knife, just going in again.
Yeah. I'm trying to get to the point where I feel like this eye is damaged enough to where it can't see out of it, and if it takes me a couple turns of trying to hang on, then I try.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and attack again. That's an 11 plus 9 is a unnatural 20.
Natural 20. Yeah, that will hit.
Okay, and this one doesn't have the spell on it because I can only do that as one of my attacks. because Blade Singer's got that buff, and I'm like, max damage. That's 4 + 6 is going to be 10 points of piercing damage to his eye.
Okay.
Does it still look like it can see out of this eye?
You can't really tell from up here.
Okay, then I'll just, for good measure,
You know you're
use my bonus.
You know you're
Stuff I
hitting
can
the
attack.
eye, but you can't quite see down there. You're left to lean over the edge.
And that's all I got on my turn, as I'm now gripping the top of this fucking thing's head.
Okay. And with that, Cade, let's go.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So I'm currently stuck in this thing's jaw. I'm grappled, so I can't stab it.
Mm-hmm.
All I can really do is try and get out, right? Kind of all I can do.
I think you can try and stab something if you grapple.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you just have disadvantage on the attack.
Yeah.
But I won't then be able to get out of it.
You won't be able to get out of it. No, you need to spend. You have to spend your action to escape the grapple.
Try and get out, man. You don't want that thing chomping on you.
Yeah. All right.
Go for it.
Nine again.
Come on!
7 + 2.
No.
Yeah, no, that's that. I didn't roll super well. I rolled higher than that. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Have you got any
Fuck
bonus
it,
action?
Just so it's fucking there, I'll hex it.
Okay.
Use my last
Yeah.
spell and just use
Nice.
hex on it. It doesn't do any immediate damage, but
yeah,
it's
you
there.
try and escape. It's just too strong. These enormous jaws. But in your effort, you just you see the green mist encircle your hand, and you cast hex on the sea monster. And with that, it is going to be top of the round. Svar and Guz still don't have anyone to heal apart from someone who is up in the air. Jason.
If I can take a little bit of liberty, I'd like to say that the sky around us is really starting to darken.
It's
and
really
thicken.
churning.
Yeah, thunder's just echoing. Every now and then there'll just be a blink of light of thunder behind us. Jason catches the first sight of his sister that he's ever seen, seeing her fucking kick some ass, and for a moment is just temporarily in awe, and then snaps back into the moment of the fight. Everything's kind of like seemed like slow motion for him at the moment. Sees his really close friend Cade up in the jaws of this giant sea serpent, and where the head is, directly below it, is that water or boat?
It really will depend. Like, it really depends on how Cade falls if he does get out of it.
Okay. Jason is going to, at will, I can cast Gust, so he's really starting to just almost naturally get into the flow of his own aura at the moment, especially being in the presence of his sister.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to cast Gust and try and pull Cade. It's just almost like Cade's got a harness around him of just pure air. He gets pulled backwards out of the grips of, and that's going to be a strength save for Cade to resist. But I don't know how that will work if he's restrained.
It does not quite.
Yeah,
Gust
I'm restrained,
Gust
so it wouldn't really
Gust
work,
isn't
I don't
strong
think.
enough for that. It's enough to push someone 5 feet away from you when they're like in front of you.
You can push me 5 feet into its mouth if you want.
It's not strong. It's not strong enough. It's not strong enough to be used as a wind lasso.
Oh, gosh darn it. It was worth a try, however. Okay. Okay, alright. My other idea is that surrounding the other ship, my sister's ship, I want to cast Wind Wall.
Alright.
Where not that the wind is facing the ship, but it's pointing away from the ship, almost counteracting the grapple of the serpent itself. So it's pushing in the opposite direction of the ship in like a circular fashion, and is providing support and counteracting the muscles of the serpent.
Yeah, you're trying to give the serpent something else to push against.
Yeah.
Yeah, tapping into powers that you like new, like the enhanced stress of this seems to have awoken something else in you. You're finding new creative ways to shape the wind using the power of your mark. And you cast a wind wall, and you see the body of the sea serpent buckle slightly away from the side of the ship.
And can it make a strength saving throw?
Yeah. That is a 5 plus 7 is 12.
That is a fail.
Okay.
That's 12. Wow, that's almost max damage. So that's 20 points of bludgeoning damage as the wind erupts hits its underside.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Sorry, repeat that.
So it's 3d8 bludgeoning damage, half damage on a failed save.
Okay.
When the wall first forms, it's not consistent, but it's just when it first forms.
All right.
It's getting bludgeoned.
Do you want to roll that?
Yeah, I rolled 20 points of damage.
Nice. Damn. Right, and then it's the sea serpent's turn.
Do what you gotta do, man.
Boy, he's thick.
First of all, I have to roll. Okay. Does a 24 hit you?
Oh no!
Oh, crazy! Oh no!
Hey,
Wait, oh no, that wouldn't have been enough anyway. No, damn it! I was about to say, wait, I have shield, but no. Even
I was
if
about to
had
say,
spell
for
slot, that
me,
wouldn't have
it
been
wouldn't
enough.
hit me though.
Oh,
24
no,
wouldn't.
what
Yeah.
a shame. Okay.
I'm also on its face. Is all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah, no, that.
Yeah,
hits.
weird. All it needs to do is this.
Yeah,
Which-
that hits.
Yeah. So it's
they're flanking.
no. Okay, so that is a. Also, we don't use flanking rules in this.
Yeah.
9 plus 5 is 14 plus 7 is 21 points of piercing damage to you. And also, I'm sorry, there's no check for this. There's no save for this. You see it rears back its neck, and as it bites into you, it tosses you slightly into the air, and you disappear down its gullet. And also at that point, I would like Long Shadow to please make me a dex saving throw.
Okay, I got a +5. Let's see here. 17 plus 5. Motherfucker. You can't get rid of me, bitch.
Hold
I'm
on.
here. You can't get rid of me. I'm
Yeah,
your
I
head.
can. Yeah, I can. I just rolled higher than that.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I just rolled a 19 before I added anything. And yeah, you fall off of the back. I would say you probably...
Do you mean to make an acrobatics check?
Yeah, make an acrobatics check, see where you land.
I do these in advantage for the Blade Song. Let's see here. That's going to be, acrobatics is +5 for me because I'm not proficient, so that's going to be a 19.
Okay, you manage to kind of maneuver yourself in the air to land on the side of the ship rather than in the water. It's catching yourself on all fours. And then it is going to use 2 of its legendary actions. It's going to try and bite once at Long Shadow.
I thought you were gonna be like, and it's gonna just squish him.
That is an 18 plus
Or
9.
it can actually attack me. I will remind you that my mirror image is still up, so I actually need you to, I believe, roll a d20. Yes, you need to roll a d20 first to see if it's even attacking me.
Okay. I rolled a 12.
Okay, so let's see. If I have 3 duplicates, oh no, I need to roll a d20. I apologize. I'll just use your roll. That's fine. Yeah, that hits one of my duplicates.
Okay, and it rolls an 18 plus 9.
That very much hits.
Okay. And does your duplicate have hit points, or does it just disappear?
It just has an AC, so it just disappears once it's hit.
Okay. And once it realizes it's been duped, it's gonna use its secondary legendary action and try and bite you again.
All right, let's see here. That hits another duplicate. Come at me.
That is a 14 plus 9 is 23.
Very much hits the duplicate. I'm down to just 2 of us.
Right. That's the serpent.
Quadros cut to 2.
Audra.
My turn?
Yep, your turn. Tifa on deck.
Brilliant.
Cade has vanished down its throat.
How close to its belly can I get? Like,
You can, I mean, where it's its belly is the thing
that's
here.
true. So, can I, using my movement, can I board the other ship?
Yeah, you could probably use your full movement to try and vault across.
Once I do that, will I be able to attack it still? Considering how it's trying to crush the ship?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to do that.
Okay. So you just and lands on the other side of the ship. It is looking much the worse for wear. The boards that you land on are a little unsteady. As the integrity of the ship is starting to fail. There are lots of crew members around you that all wear kind of like... They're much more uniformal than you are on your ship. They're not wearing the same clothes, but they're all wearing kind of similar aesthetic and kind of coloured clothes. They all look at you a little bit confused. Go for your attack.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, hey. I'm going to make these reckless attacks as well.
Go for it.
Okay. And we're just gonna do straight up the sword. I'm literally trying to cut this thing in half to see if I can get Cade. Okay. First one is a 26.
That will hit.
Alright, let's do this. So we have 2d6. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 regular damage.
Up to 7.
And then that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 fire damage. Yeah, 9 fire damage. And then here comes the second hit. That is a 24.
24 does also hit.
Okay.
Damn, you are rolling high.
That is, I just rolled 2 6s. That's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 slashing damage. So that's regular.
Okay.
And then that's 10 fire damage. And then make a dex save.
That is 9 slashing. And then how much fire damage?
It was 10.
10. And make a dex save. And that is a 17.
Okay, so it saves. I think it takes half. Yep, half damage. Okay, so that's another 2d6. Okay, so that's 6 lightning damage.
Okay. Is that after the half?
No, so 3.
Okay. And then, if that's everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Tifa is going to. She can. You see as she sees the side of the ship and this kind of soft wall of wind that's been created. She's going to start ordering her crew to try and save the ship. And she also, you see a very similar tattoo to Jason's on the side of her neck. You see it peek out beneath her hair. And she extends her hand to the other side of the ship that Jason had defended, and she also casts Wind Wall. And that is a...
That's so fucking cool.
16 on the save, which passes. And then that's 3d8. 5, 9, 13. Half that is 6. Right, yeah, and you see it begin to slightly slacken, and you almost feel the ship ease beneath this respite.
Fuck yeah.
And yeah, you see she starts barking orders to the pilot. Next up is, if that's everything, it is because it's Tifa.
That's all I
The
got.
crew of the Dawn Rider. They're gonna go back to just wailing on this thing that is now accosting members of their ship. That's a miss. And that is a hit with the ballista. 9, 11, and 17 damage. Halved is 8. And then it is going to be the crew of the Storm Marshal. That's a miss. That's a miss. That's a miss. And then the last one, they are working. They grab their spears and they start trying to use them as levers to try and get the serpent off the boat. And this is her, and Long Shadow is on deck. as you see her begins calling more lightning down.
Atta girl.
As she has the storm above keeps abating. It does not abate, sorry. That's 3d10 damage. And a dex saving throw, which they pass. That's not much damage at all, unfortunately, as you see a small bolt of lightning just ricochets off of its scales.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4 damage from that. And then that is going to be the end of her turn. And Long Shadow. Cade, you're on deck.
So Audra is near the serpent, right?
Audra's on the other ship, and she is like wailing on the side of it.
Okay. So if because I have a 40-foot movement speed due to the blade song, if I double that, do you think I could get to Audra?
Easily. You wouldn't need to double it. Audra got there with her full movement.
Okay. I wasn't sure because I was on the side of the ship. That's where you'd place me, so I wasn't sure if I had to like climb up there and everything.
No, you're not like held on to the side. You've landed on deck.
Okay, sounds good. So then I will use my movement, get to Audra. On my way there, dagger back into the sheath, shuffling through the component pouch, pulling out this long licorice root, biting into it and tapping Audra on the shoulder. I'm going to go ahead and cast haste on Audra. And that should give you +2 to AC, advantage on dex saves, and an additional action that can be used for singular attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object.
You see a pair of tabaxi just leap across the thing in complete unison and land next to you. They each place a hand on your shoulder, except one of them isn't quite on your shoulder.
One of them's like 2 inches to the left.
And then you taste licorice in your mouth for some reason. As you feel that familiar sense from when you fought Marilka, energy just coursing through you as the world slows down around you. Is that everything?
Metal that Long Shadow was talking about earlier?
Is that everything, Long Shadow?
If as a bonus action, I don't necessarily need like any mechanical thing, but would it be possible to in some way grab this thing's attention? Or are there too many things going on?
You can try. It will take a high performance. Or like, depends what you like. You get the impression this thing won't be scared of you no matter what you do, but you can try and get its attention.
Yeah, I don't want it scared of me. I just want it focused on me.
It's pretty focused on you already. It tried to hit you twice now because you stabbed it in the eye.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna essentially, like, animalistic taunting is what's coming out of Long Shadow right now. Just lots of hisses and growls.
Okay, make a performance check.
Oh god, I'm not good at these. Let's see here. That's a 50.
Both Long Shadows?
It would be,
both
yes.
Long Shadow. With synchronized dancing going on, you know.
The crew of the Storm's Marshal are just, like, really confused, but they're not questioning it too much.
Yeah, that's a 15 performance check.
It's...
No, not enough?
It's
okay,
still fairly focused on you, like, it's pissed at you.
Okay.
It wouldn't say it's any more focused on you.
That's fine. That's totally okay. I gave it an honest attempt. Yeah, that's my whole turn.
Alright, then the Dawn Rider doesn't have much to do. The Storm Marshal, however, is going to try and get out of the grapple with the thing. And it's going to fail, unfortunately. Rolled a 2, sorry. Top of the round, Svar and Goose.
Cade.
Wait, Cade.
Cade, fuck, I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting Cade. I'm sorry. Why do I keep passing? Oh, it's because I hit next and I'd already done that. Sorry. I'm sorry, Cade. Okay. You are inside the throat of the sea serpent. It is pitch black. There is absolutely nothing. You very occasionally can hear sounds coming from outside. It is muffled and then gets a lot louder every time its mouth opens.
Am I going down right now?
You would be
Down,
very
down,
slowly
down.
going, like, sliding down it.
Yeah.
It's difficult to perceive, though, because it is just slimy. You would be considered restrained. You can take actions. So
Wait,
you would just
restrained,
so
so I
you can,
can't-
if you attack, it will be a disadvantage.
That's all I can do, really, can't I?
Drax your way out of it.
Yeah.
If you have any spells that deal a lot of damage,
Would you consider these the
I don't
churning
have spell
depth?
slots left.
beans.
No.
I hexed. Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay,
hexed.
well you've hexed
So-
it. The hex is still active.
I guess, yeah, as I'm kind of like sliding down, I'm like grabbing onto the sides desperately, just falling.
Yeah,
and I'm just gonna be like,
you're like summoning Shadow Cleaver and in like summoning
try and
summoning Shadow Cleaver in an ice pick grip. You try and like thrust your way through the side.
so that's a disadvantage, is it?
Yeah, it's a disadvantage as you are restrained. It is
Plus
large,
the hit
but
is
its
pretty
bullet
good.
is not.
So 18.
18 does hit.
It's no disadvantage. Sorry.
Disadvantage, beans.
Damn it! That's a 6 plus 7, 11.
Okay. That does not hit,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep, that's all I can do.
Right, top of the round. Svarduj is gonna He's gonna hand Goose a smaller medical kit, and he's gonna say, "Remain here." And then you see this giant hulking elephant man just goes poof, 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 and jumps across over onto the other ship. You see there are many crew members on board that are very injured, and he's gonna start delivering medical aid to them.
Yeah.
Dr. Douche.
Jason.
Love that, man.
Okay. So in terms of the serpent's head, is it still raised above the water?
It's still raised above, yeah. It's been other than when it's like it attacks like a serpent like that.
Yeah. Cool. So Jason, from his position, he hasn't moved yet at all. He's only really been like doing like battlefield control stuff. He's going to pull up the hood on his manta ray.
Okie doke.
And he's going to dive backwards into the water.
Okay!
It's me. I got Jason Vagrant killed. It was me.
And he's going to use his full 60 feet of movement to go 30 foot down and then 30 feet vertically up as quickly as possible. So he's trying to propel himself
It's
out
not
of the
20
water.
feet out of the water, it's 20 feet above deck. So that's about 40 feet out of water.
Is it possible to swim down 30 feet?
Are you trying to dolphin jump onto its head?
If you're trying to dolphin jump...
No, not onto his head, but I want to get up as high up as possible.
Okay, if you want to try and do that, it will probably take a dash action to move that speed. Because it's not about your movement speed. With that, your movement speed is how fast you can move and also take an action. In order to get that escape velocity to move up that fly, you would have to dash.
Cool. All right. So I'll go down like 50 feet, and I'll come back up like 70 feet, like that speed sort of thing. So I want to really prepare myself as far up as possible.
Okay.
Mid-air. How high can I go up?
How much can I physics?
120 feet a second. Sorry, 120 feet in 6 seconds is 12 miles an hour. So you can
12 miles an hour?
Like, at the pinnacle
that's 12
of,
miles.
like,
Yeah, if you. By the way, that's how you work out the miles an hour. Is you just divide it by 10 because it's six. It's how much you can move in 6 feet, which is the same as miles an hour.
Okay.
So you're in 12 miles an hour. You can get pretty high. I'd say you can get 30 feet in the air.
Okay.
With that escape velocity. As you descend into the water and get a glimpse of this thing, make me a perception check.
Okay. I just need to... So my perception's pretty good. I just need to check how good. That's a shit roll though, so we're going to find out. Perception is +9, so that's a 13.
What's strange when you break into the water is it's very difficult to... Even, like, you got a sense of its scale from what it was above the water. However, under the water, the mirrored scales are almost at, like, camouflage, and you can scarcely see its body beneath the water.
Okay.
So cool.
But no matter, you shoot straight down 50 feet and turn around on a dime and just shoot 70 feet into the air, an extra 30 feet as you escape as you break the water. Like a majestic dolphin.
As I reach the pinnacle of my height, I want to action surge.
Okay.
And I'm going to attempt to stab my cavalier sword into his neck, and then with the fall of myself, like falling back down to gravity, I'm going to try and drag it down as much as possible.
Ooh.
Okay. Make your attack roll.
He's a thick boy, though.
This is like, physics-wise, this is like if a squirrel jumped and grabbed you by the face. Like,
Yeah, it is.
you're going the direction of
I'm
the squirrel.
well
that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Also, it's not hitting it. He's not hitting its face.
If I take my attack action as an action surge, but I didn't bonus action prior to that, can I still bonus action attack? If my attack
You still have your bonus action.
Cool. So yeah, I'll do both swords in that case, and I want to keep a Pan all the way down. So the first attack is 13 plus 7, so that
will hit.
20 to hit. Second attack is a natural 1.
That won't hit.
So that's an 8. But one that does hit is 1d fucking 1 damage. Plus 4 is 5, and I'm going to do my sneak attack damage as well.
So that's 5.
That's another 1.
That's 5 damage.
And then a 2.
11 damage.
Out of 3d6s, I rolled a 1, a 1, and a 2. So that's what?
It's 13.
1. No, it's not. It's 1, 1, 2, 4. That's 8. 8 points of slashing damage total.
8 points, and that is before being halved.
Is it being halved?
Your sword is not magical. It's just it's finely crafted.
Yeah.
Okay, so you leap out of the
It was cool
water.
in my head.
It looked really cool. You just didn't do a lot of damage. It was very difficult to get that purchase when you are leaping out of the water at 12 miles an hour. And
I just gotta scratch it, like kitten scratch it.
yeah, you managed to sink your first sword in, but not quite the second one. And as you sink it in, you just hang there.
It's like a zipper.
You do not quite have the mass to bring this thing down. You were just hung onto the side, and Audra, you see as you are hacking into this thing, Jason shoots out of the water and just...
That is now.
He's like a dart.
He looks like Mary Poppins.
That is 3 members of this party who have now hung via gravity onto this serpent at some point. Audra, complete the set. Come on. Come
I
on.
literally was gonna be like, I'll just jump in next.
Okay. Next up is the sea serpent, and the sea serpent can't do a lot to Jason right now.
Just slams him against the ship. Just fucking.
Long shadow. Roll me a d20.
For my last.
Who am I hitting?
That's at me. That's coming at me.
Okay.
36 hit level 6.
Okay. So does a 27 hit?
Had I hasted myself, it wouldn't. All right.
However, because you have not hasted yourself,
I hasted
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
that's a 7 plus a 6 is 13 plus 7 is 20 points of damage. And I would like you to make a acrobatics check, please.
Okay, for 2 things before that happens, because 1, I have advantage on acrobatics checks due to the blade song, but 2, I need to make a concentration check for haste. I just gotta beat a 10.
Oh,
So
what if you fail and exhaust Audra?
I keep it. Haste is still up.
You would have
Strength
exhausted Audra. Make an acrobatics check to escape the grapple.
Okay.
What's
That's an
happening
advantage.
to me
That's
right now?
15 plus 5, that's 20.
We'll get to you, okay.
God.
20,
So 20.
20, you managed to just avoid. You managed to just pull yourself out as you feel its teeth sink into you, and it almost tries to lift you off the deck. Cade, you.
Do I see?
Yeah,
do I
go on.
see Cade
Go
as
on.
it bites down on me? Can I say hi to him?
Don't hold
No,
back.
you can't. You don't quite see that
Wait,
far
it's
in.
not. Oh.
It's 10, 13. That's 14 acid damage.
I'm down.
Oh,
What?
he's unconscious. He's gonna
God.
die in the belly of a serpent.
No,
We
no,
have
no,
to
no,
make
no,
the
no,
snake
no, no,
throw
no.
up.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta figure something out.
No.
And it's going to use its 2 other bite attacks.
Bite me.
Come at me, bitch.
Huh? Where?
Actually, no.
Remember-
First of all,
remember-
it's going to use its bash, and it's going to target a 20-foot cube, which will include Audra, Long Shadow, and a few other crew members.
They're all dead.
Everyone make a dexterity. Make a strength saving throw.
Why did you? It could have been death.
This is because it's not to avoid it; it's to withstand it as it heaves part of its body onto the side of the ship.
Oh, that's actually decent. Okay. It's not great. That's 17 minus 1, that's 16.
Meanwhile, Jason's just hanging on the hilt of a sword, like.
16,
27.
27. How much? Long shadow.
I said 16.
Okay, so you both succeed. Wait, no, sorry, long shadow, you fail.
I'm down. I'm down if this does any amount of damage to me.
4 plus 7 is 13. Sorry, no, it's 11 points of damage to Long Shadow and 5 points of damage to Audra. As you see, a bunch of other crew members get. Also, Long Shadow, you are knocked prone.
I succeeded the con save as well, by the way, for keeping haste up.
And a number of other crew members get knocked unconscious and shoved to the side.
Okay. This is
And
bad.
then it's going to use its final action to target the only other crew member left standing after this, Audra.
Eat me.
That's a natural 20.
Oh
Yes!
no! It's a TPK.
No, it's not. It's fine. We're okay. We're fine.
Okay, that's a 10 and a 6. That doubled is 20 plus 12 is 32.
Wait, Jason, where are you right now?
Plus 7 is 39
Huh?
points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And
I
make.
thought you were down. I was like,
Are
no.
you choosing to fail the grapple?
39
are you-
half.
39 hard because you are raging, yes. That is 19.
Okay. And I am choosing to
So you're going ragdoll.
fail the grapple.
Yep, you're just going limp, and you see as it Audra is just bitten and taken up. Not quite.
Oh,
It doesn't have enough action
Don't-
stuff left to swallow you.
no.
Audra suddenly became a
Audra, no, don't say that.
What's that thing like? Eat me.
Men in Black.
Men in Black. Yeah, that's it. Eat me. And that is gonna be Audra's turn.
Can I shove myself?
Do you want to
down?
try and get down its throat?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I would.
Okay.
Okay.
Make an athletics check.
Okay.
This is a mistake. Don't do
It is the same as trying to escape its grapple because it's still
way,
biting you, but you're just going the other direction.
Does the fact that Audra's movement speed is doubled affect anything in this? Is all I'm saying. Because
Not really.
Audra is still hasted.
You don't spend your movement to grapple.
I'm making a. What save is this?
Athletics check.
Does haste have a range, by the way?
No.
What? It doesn't matter. Once I've casted it.
26.
Yeah, the range.
26. You managed to just like after going ragdoll, you just like come back with a vengeance and you just jam its jaws open and just like a goddamn log flume, just sit down. That is your
man.
action. What else would you like to do?
So my speed is.
I'd say with you shoving yourself down as opposed to just being swallowed, you make your way and you feel your feet make contact with something.
Okay, I want to try.
Oh, wow,
so,
that
like,
quickly?
I really want to try and reach down there. Oh shit! Wait, I used my action.
You've used your action.
Yeah.
So anyone who ever says that Audra isn't a whole ass meal is incorrect. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. And Kate over here being a slutty little hors d'oeuvre.
Huh?
That's a reference to a comedy special. If
Can
anyone's
we
ever
clip
seen
that?
Bruh.
Can we clip that, please?
Sure, somebody clip that.
Just
Randy
with the
Rodenal.
title, Cade is a slutty little hors d'oeuvre.
Randy wrote a novel. It's a good
There's
comedy
no
special.
way. I mean, was there? I have a question. I'm really trying to get there to heal him, right?
Okay.
Like I want to get there. Could I have?
That's
gone
gonna
head
be
first?
No, because of the way you had to like jam its jaws open, you were having to go feet first.
Okay.
Because you were like using the
Use
jaws to
action
like
movement,
shove
okay.
yourself down. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Wait, is it been yet?
Also,
Yeah, it's been
getting
yet.
maneuvering yourself to get down and feed a healing potion right now is gonna be tricky.
Okay, hang on. So what the I don't have the haste spell up. So the haste spell was to use an object, right?
Yeah, you have an additional action that you can use an object. Or it's just also an action. So if you just want to use an action,
To like stab the creature.
Okay.
or
so
yeah, you can do whatever you want to do.
since she
Oh.
has an extra action. Audra's going to be literally wriggling down, trying to get down this thing. She hits something with her foot. She's going to lay down and she's going to go, please, 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 please.
You
please,
feel...
God, whatever God. Whatever
it's
fucking
difficult
God.
to tell because Cade wears a hood.
That's fine. She's literally gonna feel a warmth course through her as she's begging to whatever God that Cade still be okay. And she's gonna lay on hands you.
Oh,
Oh, right, you took paladin levels.
Yup. I was waiting for it to come up.
holy shit. Forgot about
Okay.
that.
I forgot about that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's only
I
gonna
didn't.
give you
Ultra's found a god.
how are we doing lay on hands? Is it a pool of healing or is it like all
It's a
the
pool of
goes in
healing.
at once? It's a pool?
So you can, I mean, you only have 5, don't you?
Yeah, level 1.
So you can use 5.
Okay, I'm literally just gonna 1.
Okay, you put 1 point of healing, and Cade, you feel you come back to consciousness, back
Okay.
in the same blind hell you were in before.
I'm so sorry. This is gonna suck for you.
Yeah, you're gonna be in and out of consciousness for the next couple minutes.
I'm so sorry.
I'm worried about you. You're gonna die in a minute.
Nah,
Okay.
I just got a lot of hit points. It's fine.
Audra is the fucking Drax of this crew.
Yeah.
This is more like Rocket got swallowed with Cade.
Nothing was wrong with my head. I would catch it.
Right, if that's everything, Audra.
That's it. That's all I can do.
Okay. Then it's gonna be Tifa with the crew of the Dawn Rider on deck. And Tifa is going. Ooh, actually.
Every time you say "and Tifa," I giggle.
And Tifa.
Oh, shit, no.
Every time you
No.
say it, I
I
giggle.
wondered why you kept giggling. I was like, why is Tifa funny to you? Oh, fucking goddamn it.
Okay, actually, you see like almost a mad glint in her eye, and she just starts climbing the deck to where her crew are not. She gets a good space around her, and you hear a crack of thunder as she vanishes.
Are we getting the whole crew inside the serpent? Can we do it?
Not quite. You see her, she kind of like runs into a leap and thunder cracks and she vanishes. And then thunder cracks again and she appears, not far from Jason actually, with cutlass outstretched and she sinks it into the side of the, of the monster.
I just want to point out, not only did she rip off Jason, she ripped off Long Shadow. She's just stealing our shit, is all I'm saying. We did it first.
And she
This is a
succeeds.
Walmart version of Dawn Riders.
Oh my, I rolled exactly what I needed to hit and then I rolled max damage on the sword.
Nice.
Okay, which is halved. And that is going to be... Right. That's going to be her turn. Yeah, she thunder steps and then just copies Jason. Jason, you see, like, you're a bit lost for words as you see this this ship captain, like almost with a mad grin, looks at you and gives you a little bit of a nod as he's also just hanging onto the side. And then next up is the crew of the Dawn Rider, who are now manning both of the ballista in the absence of their leading crew. That misses. They both miss, unfortunately, as you see just 2 ballista shots fire wide. Then they're unconscious. Okay. That hits, and they are gonna do 6, 10, 12. 20, 27, 31 points of damage as they fire one of their cannons off, just off of this large steel drum. 24 hard to 12.
Crewmates are gonna get the final hits, and I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
And you just see a large portion of the sea serpent being just blasted apart. And then it is her's turn, and her is going to call
Come
some
on,
more
her.
lightning.
Fuck yeah!
Dexterity saving throw.
Never mind. Never
Okay.
mind.
She rolls really
Let's go
poorly on the
first.
damage.
Fuck!
Damn it.
Right, and then it is it's Long Shadow.
So I have 5 hit points. I'm gonna be 100% with you. I have 5 hit points, and because of that, I will be Misty stepping back on top of its head.
No. Oh my god.
no.
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
All right. That is a cat's face. That is not a cat's bunghole. That is a cat's face.
Yeah, natural 20.
Nice.
You managed to having done this before, you're now preempting it. Before you step into the Misty Step, you're ready, and as soon as you step through, you just land solidly on the thing's head, ready to strike. Go for your attack.
I am
Sorry,
back,
you
skin.
wasted the nat 20 on your dex save.
Yeah, that would have been real nice for the attack I'm about to make with the dagger into its other eye. That would have been really nice. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're going to green flame blade, bring it down. Okay, that's a 10 plus 9 is a 19.
19
Is that
hits.
hit? Oh, thank God. Okay, that's gonna be the piercing damage is going to be 10 points of piercing damage and 6 points of fire damage with it just scrambled eggs. I'm cooking. Is that
how much total?
That's a total of 16 points of damage between the two of them.
Okay, go for your second attack.
And then second attack is going to be much less. That's a 13 to hit.
Okay. How would you like to do this?
Oh! What?
Oh, no.
I am
This
literally
isn't over by a long shot, though.
I am going to grab the dagger and I'm going to see what side of the serpent that the other two are hanging off on are on.
They're on the belly.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, instead of bringing the dagger down, I'm gonna hook the dagger into its eye and try to pull a Jason, and all of the weight swinging forward to pull them off, like pull the serpent as it's toppling down towards the boat. And I want to try and like army roll out of it.
You're really trying all these moves with the lightest members of your crew.
There's 3 of us going that direction now. There are 3.
Yeah, I
of
think.
us.
Can we say that each of us is like cut like a little
Okay.
bit like further in?
You managed to, so yeah, if you're trying to make it topple, so you just like jam into its eye and then you leap off the side and you catch yourself on the side with the dagger, and you manage to, hearing it just scream this otherworldly scream of you bring
The eardrum.
You bring the
That's
thing
scary.
down, and it crashes. You see crew members on the Storm's Marshal just scatter as the thing slams into the side. Jason, Long Shadow, and Tifa, you are all thrown free of the sea serpent.
Oh, please don't knock me unconscious when that happens.
No, you are all thrown free, and you manage to catch yourself just scattering onto the side of the Storm Marshal. It begins to slip beneath the water. We are going to exit initiative,
Are we?
except for the Sea Monster,
shit.
Audra, and Cade.
Oh shit.
Cade, you are next.
Am I?
Do it.
You have a single
Fuck.
hit point.
Do it.
Fuck.
Get out.
Fuck. Okay, so I wake up and there's nothing, right?
You wake up, you are in pitch blackness. You can still feel the thing around you. How the muffled noise you could hear from outside has
There's something on my
faded.
head.
Yeah, there is something pressing into your head. It feels hard, almost like a boot. And you can now you heard a large thunk, and now you can hear nothing of the battle going on outside the sea monster. It is pure silence to accompany the pitch blackness.
Am I dead?
I wiggle my boob.
Ah!
Not dead.
No, you can tell from the smell you are still very much alive and very much inside of a sea monster.
And very much
What?
still inside a
How?
pit of acid.
What?
I don't
Ow.
think we can hear. Can we speak to each other?
It's extremely muffled.
Okay.
You can probably tell it is you.
I'm just being like.
You can definitely tell it is Audra that is screaming at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and cut my way out.
Okay, make your attack roll.
Advantage, I'm grappled, aren't I?
Disadvantage.
It's so spooky and I
It's a
don't
10.
like it.
Oh, 10
With
total?
+7, that's a 10.
Oh, that's so close. With a +7, it's a 10. Okay, never mind. That's not close at all. Audra. Actually, no, it's the sea serpent's turn, unfortunately. And you are both going to take some damage. Okay, that's you are very much unconscious, Cade, as you take 12, 16, 18 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
But that just knocks him unconscious and doesn't
just
start
knocks
the
you
death.
unconscious. It doesn't start the death saving throws.
Yep.
Audra, after taking that amount of damage, which is half to 9 for you, what are you doing?
Okay. Audra is continuing to muffle scream. She's hoping anybody from the outside can kind of pinpoint their location if they can get to us. Do we know if we're underwater or...
All you know is it is silent outside. Where you could once hear the din of the battle, it is now silent.
Okay, so she doesn't know. She's going to... Am I still hasted?
Yes, you would be.
Okay, so I'm going to do my 2 attacks.
Each at disadvantage.
Can I reckless attack to make them normal?
To make them flat rolls, you can reckless attack.
Okay, so the first one is going to be... That's really good. That's 18 plus
That
8.
hits.
Okay. 18 plus 8. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 regular damage.
Okay, second attack.
9 fire damage.
16 regular, 9 fire damage. That, yeah, you definitely make that damage. It's that you feel the heat against your face as it
That's fine.
creeps up the inside. Is that just the one attack?
So that was the one. So the next one is going to be that's a 16 plus 8, 24.
24 to hit, hits.
Okay, that's 4, 6, 11, 12, 13 slashing damage. And then another 4 fire damage.
Okay. Yeah, you just, you managed to get your greatsword aside, and you just thrust it twice into this thing. You can feel the muscles around you contract and lessen and contract and lessen, and you feel yourself being pushed up. You are sliding the opposite direction, and before long you feel the cold seawater around you as you and Cade are both ejected from the sea monster's mouth.
Oh, both of us.
Yep, every creature that is thing. So you also are accompanied by a few dead sailors.
Oh.
I'm going to try because I'm hasted, I have an extra thingy. I'm going to dump the rest of the 4 hit points into Cade.
Okay, Cade, you come to consciousness, however, you are not able to hold your breath right now. You are currently...
I have 4 HP, but I will go down immediately when it reaches my turn.
You are conscious, but you cannot breathe, and you have no air in your lungs right now.
So I will go unconscious again as soon as it hits my turn.
You will start suffocating.
So you don't go unconscious immediately. Suffocation takes a couple rounds.
Yeah.
How it's your con mod, right?
Hold on.
Something like that. I'll look it up.
Drowning, D&D 5e.
Because I imagine we're probably quite far down as well.
Okay, let's see here. It starts choking, survive a number of rounds equal to its con mod minimum of 1.
However, that's of holding your breath.
Okay.
So yeah,
Ooh.
so I will.
No, that's
I
when
will
runs out of breath or
immediately.
and survive. The holding the breath is a number of minutes equal to 1 plus con mod. Holding breath or choking, it can survive a number of rounds equal to its con mod.
Okay, cool.
Okay, okay. Yes, I will. So I have equal to my con mod. However, when that runs out, I will no death saves.
But you are not.
Immediately,
You are
right?
not. No, you will start having death saves, but you are not.
Oh.
You are not that far underneath the water. You can see light above you.
Okay.
You can see very small freckles of light and the 2 large shadowy forms of the ship. Audra.
Do I still have movement since we got pushed out?
Yes, you would still have movement.
Can I take a half swim speed to drag him with me?
Yes, I'd say so.
Okay, doing that.
And with that, you would, with your full movement, you would be about halfway out.
Okay, so that's 15 feet in 6 seconds.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd say
We're just going.
between you, we're going to come out of initiative now. Between you, you would start. You would manage to break the water, and those of you that were on the deck when you arrived, you were looking straight over the side for your lost compatriots, and after a few tense seconds, you see as Cade and Audra both break the water.
I have a question about the serpent's body. It was wrapped around the ship, right? So at this point, its head and tail are just like...
No, so it would have... you get the impression it's not dead.
Oh.
And it has fled.
Ooh. Don't like that.
As a scholar, you would be familiar with that ancient creatures, a lot of them don't tend to die very well. They tend to just take a lot of damage and then they go and sleep for a while.
Great.
Can't hear you, Long Shadow.
I don't like that at all. Me as Aaron, I don't like that.
And with that successful thing, we're going to take a 10-minute break. We will be back at the hour mark. Thank you for watching. Yeah, come back to see how the party recovers from this. Bye!
Some coffee.
Oh boy.
No.
Hello and welcome back to the show is a mimic, the Sorodin Chronicles.
Woo!
Oh my god, you guys! You beat a big sea
I'm gonna-
monster.
Woo!
Cry.
That
So
was
I'm
really
gonna-
scary.
I'm
It's
stressed.
pretty
My
scary.
God.
But you guys did it. You guys managed to defeat the sea monster with a very close call.
Mama. Ooh.
And we're gonna rejoin the crew of the Dawn Rider as what ship are you pulling aboard Cade and Audra to?
Obviously,
Are you guys returning to the Dawn
closest
Rider?
one.
I think we landed on.
Because you guys were on the Storm's Marshal.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we were on the Storms Marshal, but I think probably Douge already knows his setup better on the Dawn Rider, so I'm gonna try and get Douge and the two bodies to the Dawn Rider, so that way, like, we can make sure they're checked out and everything.
Okay. And yeah, the Storm's Marshal is also going to have its doctor, is going to resume his duties. And you guys return to the Dawn Rider. Audra and Cade, you are pulled aboard, and you're both conscious. Take it away.
Yeah, just. Eek.
Oh,
I just see both of their clothes and armor is just slightly worn, slightly almost melting in a few places where it's burned away from the acid of the inside of the sea monster.
Long Shadow is going to sprint down to first Audra and then Cade's quarters, and then after like a minute, sprint back up, having clean changes of clothes for the both of them, to get them out of that acidic, like, just shit that they're in right now.
Audra just starts changing.
Okay.
Cade is just lying there. No state to move, honestly.
I imagine
Just
Audra's like
heavily
finally,
breathing.
Audra's like put her shirt on and she's putting her shoes on and she looks over at Cade and she's like, "Hey, I got you."
What happened? There was. I got swallowed by a sea serpent, and then it was dark, and then I think I passed out, and then it was dark, and it really smelled bad. And then you were kicking me in the head?
Sorry.
What?
Listen, good thing we got thrown up.
What happened? How? I thought I was dead.
I thought you were too, but I didn't want you to be. So you weren't?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know. But you see Audra's kind of uncomfortable. I don't really think Audra doesn't really know what happened either. And she's just like, I just wanted him to not be dead. So
I mean, for a moment there, you were pretty badass, Cade. You standing in the roof of the serpent's mouth, like holding it open, and that was fucking badass of you.
No, I was stuck. That was not. I didn't.
That is not, Cade, that is not how I'm going to have the painting drawn. The painting will be drawn with you holding it open, Shadow Cleaver.
Why is there a painting? What?
The stories get told by the victors, and in our story, you defied death today, Cade.
You are a badass.
Oh.
And Audra, I know we have had conversations where I have talked about putting my life on the line before. While I am so extremely impressed by what you pulled off today, please never jump down the throat of another massive creature.
Audra kind of looks at you and she goes like this and she goes, I don't make any promises.
I cannot. I guess that will have to do. However, I will say Jason and I did not do much better. And Jason, the woman, she was with us as well, correct? Tifa, you said her name was
For a moment there, yeah, she flew through the sky, and we're both holding on for the serpent.
Where is she?
See, Tifa, upon the thing being vanquished, she had immediately started going to work around her ship. She'd given both of you a slight nod, but then went to resume her captaincy duties.
Perhaps you should speak with her in a moment. Speaking of, I should take over my responsibilities. And Long Shadows just kind of walk away, start talking to all the different members of the crew to get anything that was damaged on our end repaired, doing his quartermaster's responsibility, getting all of our ballista restocked, getting all of that ready to go. Seeing if the other ship needs anything, any supplies for repairing. Mm-hmm. I'll go ahead and have that transferred over with Tarhan, anything they need.
See, right now the crew are all very much just taking a 5.
I'll give them 5, and then I'm barking orders.
Yeah. Tarhan was one of the men who was one of the ones who was at work, making sure everything was getting reloaded quickly, as one of the 2 stronger members of the crew. So he's pretty worn out. But after a little bit, yeah, you start taking a lap of the ship, finding anywhere that was damaged. Your ship remained mostly untouched throughout the fight. Just a few little bumps and scrapes.
Audra's gonna go over to Jason and she's gonna say, "Hey, maybe you can ask Tifa if she wants an escort to the nearest port to repair."
Okay. I can do that. He's gonna stand up and just try and really haphazardly sort himself out.
He's gonna flip his collar down in the back and then give him a slap.
I don't know what to say.
Would you like somebody to go with you?
Yes, please.
Okay. When it looks like Tifa has kind of, sorted her crew out, we're gonna kind of flag her down.
Okay. Yeah, she's currently been barking orders, talking to the quartermaster, the carpenter. Your crew extends a boarding plank aside, so you don't have to jump across this time. Just walking across, and Tifa, who is talking to her quartermaster, when she sees the quartermaster look aside at you, she turns around and locks eyes with either of you. He goes, "Thank you so much. I don't know what we would have done if you hadn't arrived." She extends a hand to you, Jason. Goes, "Are you the captain?"
And he's gonna point at Audra.
Okay, she's gonna change her address to Audra. You can say, "Hello, Tifa Stormvale."
Well met. My name is Audra.
Audra, thank you how did you know to find us? Did you...
Audra's gonna glance at Jason and she's gonna say, "Honestly, Tifa, it's a bit of a wild story. We were basically just kind of got a hunch that something was going on here, and we decided to come check it out. So..."
Well, she's gonna extend her hand once more to you, Jason.
And he's just completely mesmerized and in a daze. He's gonna just slowly raise his hand and take hers. Is his tattoo still going?
So actually, your tattoo had faded after the after the fight. The storm above had begun to recede, giving way to the dimming twilight. And as you go to take her hand, the briefest touch you have, you share a static shock connects your fingers. And each of your tattoos, as you see a closer one now, almost identical to yours on her own neck, just barely beneath her hair, you can see it, glow ever so slightly. And her demeanor changes completely upon this happening. Who are you?
My name is Jason. That's a cool tattoo that you've got. I like it.
And yours?
Where did you get it?
I've always had it.
Hmm. I've also got a tattoo here, and I also always had it.
I see that.
I'm Jason. It sounds weird, but I saw you. I saw you in a dream. Wait, you had the dream?
I have had dreams.
Who are you?
Stormvale, Captain of the Storm's Marshal.
I dreamt that you would be here, and I saw that a serpent was attacking ships. I knew that I had to come.
Then it seems I have you to thank for the lives of my men.
Well, it was really Longshot. Where's Longshot? Audra, where's Long? He killed it. It wasn't us. I mean, Kate nearly died as well. Kate is
He's still
okay.
flat out on the floor.
They're also all on
as
the.
you look
They're also
barely-
all on the other ship.
Yeah, as you look over
Barely
to the
pulling
other ship,
himself up.
it's like at this point, Longshadow has kind of like finished his duties as the quartermaster and taken like a stick and cloth and propped it up so Kate's face isn't like in direct sunlight, so he doesn't get a sunburn.
Oh.
Just letting him
Oh,
lay
it's
there.
it's very
No,
close to
he's-
sunset
he's-
right now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine.
he's like slowly pulling himself to his feet. He's like on like one knee at this point.
Yeah,
just,
right
like,
now,
slowly, just,
like- Guz
Just
and
breathing.
Guz and Dr. Douge are currently just fussing over you right now. They are looking over all of your burn marks and everything.
guys, really, I'm fine.
I
I
am the
s-
ship's
I just-
doctor, and you will do as I say when you are wounded.
I
If you
can't.
do not, I will sit on you.
No.
Seawater and acid everywhere.
Yeah, he just he just grabs a cloth off of his belt and just starts wiping his arm down. He doesn't seem
Ugh.
phased by it. He's seen much grosser things in his profession.
Better now.
He just shoves this vomit-soaked rag at Guz's chest. And just...
Captain Stormvale, it seems that some discussions should be had. But first, would you like an escort to the nearest port to make repairs? Maybe to restock? Take a break?
The nearest safe port is back the way you came, unfortunately.
Where are you going?
We're going to Port Obsidor.
Oh yeah. Well, we should definitely have some discussions. We are headed there also. I think maybe we should. I think we should travel together for the time being.
If we might have your help with repairs.
Of course.
Okay. And, yeah. She's just very shaken right now. You get the impression. What the person you saw when you came on board the ship, the very cocksure,
Jason-esque.
very confident, Jason-esque person, right now, they are just shaken and unsure of what to do. Yes.
Audra's gonna kind of be like, Captain, whenever you're ready to talk, if you're ready, just let us know. Okay.
And she keeps looking at you every time you talk to her, but otherwise she is looking at Jason.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Jason's like non-blinking right now.
And after she says a few perfunctory words to her quartermaster, and then you see she retreats to her captain's quarters.
Audra's gonna look at Jason and
How did that go?
she's gonna put her arm around him and she's gonna be like, you know what? All things considered, not that bad. Not that bad. Let's.
I
head
mean, we
back over-
didn't die. Why
We
the fuck
didn't
did you jump in
die.
that snake, you fucking idiot? I mean,
You
like,
know-
Cade's alive, but
Yeah, that's kind of the whole point.
I love that sentence. Cade's life, but. Cade's life, but yeah, go on.
I mean, to
Go
be
on.
fair with that, it's kind of all or nothing. It's either we get both of you alive or you
Yeah.
both die with that scenario.
Yeah.
I had it covered. Like, I was trying to cut my way in.
I had
But-
it covered.
I heard bits and pieces about that, and I also think I might have heard you, but no, I definitely saw you. How did you jump that high?
It was the cloak that Long Shadow got me.
Listen, at some point, when you're not using it, right? Could I maybe try it on?
Yeah, I think so. I think you need to focus on it for a little bit. I had to
Oh.
sit and just stare at it for like 5 hours, which was long, but it's
Gross, never mind.
nice.
You can keep-
It's nice to look at. So, I mean, 5 hours really felt like 4.
I mean, it really does look nice. Give us a twirl. Yeah, all right.
The most effeminate twirl ever.
I also love the idea of giving the cloak that grants water breathing to the one member of the party who can breathe water.
Breathing water.
She just wants to try it on.
Yeah, for,
Makes her
is
go
it like-
boom.
for Audra, all it does is make you swim quick.
Makes you swim faster.
Do you think that we should leave her alone, or should we help, or?
Well, I think maybe we should give her some space and just help out her crew whenever they need. It sounds like we're going to help them with repairs. I think we should also come up with a game plan as to what we're going to do from here on out, since they're also going to Port Obsidor.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Something as sailors, she pointed out. She said that the only safe port was by the way you came, implying Celador.
Yeah.
As the two nations you've passed so far, which is the Emerald. This is my world. Why don't I know it as well?
Because there's a lot in it.
This is the part you just
The
came
ver-
up with.
Yeah, which is the Verdant Wilds and the Barony. The next closest port would be in Solinor. And that would be closer than Celador.
So
And
for some
Passive
reason,
for that matter.
isn't
It's not
isn't
safe.
safe. Good to know. Good. To
Yep,
keep in-
we're gonna.
That would have
we're
that
definitely-
would have struck you as strange. Is all.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to have a little powwow about that.
Solonor isn't safe. Uh-oh.
You are.
Yeah,
You are.
I was literally about to look at Cade.
You are about 2 days sailing from Caith Solon. You're about a week away from Celador,
Oh,
and that's
okay.
with Druid assisted traveling.
Ooh, actually,
Wait, hang on.
Bert-
We're how far away from...
You're about 2 days away from Caith Solon.
Okay.
Bertie, could you, for anyone in the chat who hasn't seen the map, throw the map up on screen real quick?
Give me a mo.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I just want to
Give
see
me a
what
mo
Yeah.
and the moment.
we're currently on the coast of the Barony, which is spooky, and I don't really like it.
Barony is
I-
very spooky.
Yeah, I don't
Wait, what is
quite
it?
remember.
Oh,
You don't know, Cade.
I
don't know.
would know. I've traveled past that direction, right?
Yeah, but you would know it's dangerous.
yeah.
Guys, it's dangerous.
You don't know
Oh,
much.
no.
You don't know much more beyond that. You know to stay away from it.
Oh, yeah, it's spooky.
I'm just saying,
Spooky.
my next character, whoever I build, they're gonna be from Cheval. I've decided.
So that is the map of Sorodin. They are currently
Look at
up.
that.
They're in about the middle right-hand side. There's a little green place called the Barony. There's a green place above that that's Solinor, and there's a little green place below that called the Verdant Wilds.
If you look real closely, on Veltaika, on the southern.
There's Runatuxiu. What is left of Runatuxiu?
It's my place. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. So cool. No doubt.
How are they planning to get to Port Obsidor? Are we all going up
We have to go around the continent. It's on the other side of the continent.
But they go up past Storm's Wrath.
Yeah, I mean, there's two ways to go. There is up past Storm's Wrath. They were headed down.
I was gonna say they were coming down.
Yeah, they're heading down to you.
We can go back where we came.
It might be a smaller way to go past Storm's Wrath. However, the seas there are not hospitable.
Yeah. Maybe we should.
It's called Storm's Wrath for a reason.
Go back the whole way. Maybe we can find a way to make our ship fly.
Well, I mean, going back the way we came is not a bad idea.
It's gonna take a while.
I just want to point out you're not currently together right now to discuss this.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
No. This is out of character
out of
discussion.
Should we return to our ship then?
Yes.
Gather Cade and Long Shadow
Yeah.
for a little chat.
Yeah, by the way,
Hello.
Cheval is great. So, yeah.
I know. We've talked about Cheval. I want to be from Cheval. Cheval's so cool. Are you going to come get us?
Yeah.
Cade, Long Shadow, are you free?
Darhan, do you have this covered? I point back at the exhausted teenager who's been building all our shit.
Yep. Yep, I think we should be good. There's not a lot broken.
All right. Yes. Officers meeting then.
Give me a minute to change.
Where's Guz?
Guz is he's with Cade right now. He's acting as Dr. Douge's helper.
Alright. She's gonna put a hand on his shoulder and just make sure he's alright.
Yeah, he seems okay. He was kept out of any kind of scraps.
Yeah. Okay, it'll kind of just change slowly, keeping the jacket.
You gotta smell like shit. It's gotta smell.
Well,
we're gonna watch.
Fine, he'll go to. He'll kind of at that. Yeah, he'll be like, I'll be with you guys in a minute. And he'll kind of change, but then can't really. Even though it's got holes in it now and it's like stained, he'll kind of he'll ask. Let's see, is Mog around?
Mog would have been in battle. Like, he's around, sure.
Oh, okay. Just ask anyone who can swim to just quickly run it through the sea real quick, just to get all the acid
the
off.
sea isn't clean, y'all.
I know.
You also have someone who summons water in the meeting that you're going to.
You also, you do have you do laundry on the ship.
I know. Not quickly, though. I feel lost without it. Fine,
Take the jacket off.
No! It defines who I am.
It defines who I am.
He'll give it to someone else for laundry.
Okay, can I have your jacket for a second?
Yeah, it was gonna get washed, but just careful, still got some acid on it.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Audra takes the jacket and she starts flipping it like this, and as she does that, she's going to be creating fresh water out of her hands while she's doing that.
Okay. Yeah, you just it still doesn't smell great because it's just water.
When you're done with that, Audra, can I give it to go as well?
The jacket?
Yeah.
No.
Here you go.
I'm gonna gust it and I'm gonna blow dry it.
Yeah, you just and you just flecks of water going in all directions.
Oh god.
The shirt isn't very clean anymore, but it'll do.
Dungeons and Dragons, fantasy laundry, everyone.
Just like as soon as you fucking said it, I knew exactly what you were about to do. Jesus Christ.
I love living out my fantasies in this game.
Thanks, guys.
Gonna activate some cantrips. Gonna go ahead and warm it up so it's toasty when you get inside.
Oh my god.
Just green flame blade on the jacket.
No.
Dawn
Yeah,
Rider's
I guess
laundry
he'll put it back
service.
on even if it smells a little bit.
It's still a little damp.
I'll give it a proper wash later. Meeting now.
All right.
Anyway,
So, quick meeting. Holy shit, that thing was big. Okay.
Kate's just gonna collapse into a chair.
So, let's go ahead and talk about what we want to do from here. It sounded like Captain Stormvale is also on their way to Port Obsidor. Don't really know what for yet. We didn't get that far. We're going to give her a little break.
There.
The cult is there. I don't...
Perhaps she knows about it already.
Well, remember, we did find her name on the cult paperwork.
well,
I should
Kate
discuss
did.
that.
Kate did.
I
Yeah,
should
Kate, you-
discuss that with her at some point.
Should we warn her?
She probably already knows. I mean, she might know more than us. She might be able we might not be the deliverers of information here. She might be the one who knows more than we do.
Perhaps we can just have an honest conference with her, where we discuss in honesty things we know and hope she does the same.
Oh, yeah. That's the whole plan.
Okay.
With the information that we have now, however, she has agreed to let us accompany her and her ship to a port or to travel for now. She did mention that the only safe port was back the way we came.
Aren't we only 2 or 3 days out from Caith Solon?
That's
Wait,
what I thought.
but the only safe port? But my home. We can. Plus, we have to go there anyway. We have a thing.
Well, that thing does not also have a time limit, as you've said to yourself.
What?
Actually, Cade, you've all done a very poor job at describing to me how you became involved with this cult, other than Cade having this connection with a familial sword and its counterparts across the plains. Cade, you are from Caith Solon, correct? We've mentioned this before.
Yep, families from there.
If your family, and this was, someone said something about an uncle a few weeks ago.
My uncle, yes. He tried to seize power of. He tried to unlock the power of that Shadow Cleaver has, and
Well then,
I stopped him.
if you and your uncle are both in some way tangentially related to this cult, might it not make sense that the familial home of your family
No,
would have some
No.
connection to it as well?
no,
So if this
not
person,
not in my family. My uncle was very. We didn't associate with him that often.
that is 2 out of a singular family. I'm just saying there might be some connection. There might be Caith Solon connections to this cult, and that is why this person does not feel safe to go there. This is all conjecture.
Well, we have to go there. We have to go. We've come this far. We're gonna just turn around and go back now?
I mean,
Honestly,
we are right next door to it.
I mean, okay. Well, let's
That
talk about
resonates
what
with
the
folks so much.
Okay,
Linked with so
so-
many people.
paths we can take, right? We can go back. It looked like Tifa was headed down the coast, back the way we came, going back around the continent to Port Obsidor. We can either accompany her, or we can go to Caith Solon. The thing in Caith Solon, the only reason we need to go there is the Fae pact that was made.
correct.
That, and also we might be able to find out some more information about what we're dealing with.
Well, if someone who is on the list is avoiding the city, you are also in the list. Perhaps it is a good idea for you to also avoid Caith Solon. Perhaps before we make a decision, for now, it is only a week's journey about from Caith Solon to Celador. We go to Celador for now because there is no pressing need to be in Caith Solon. We have our discussions with the captain, and if she gives us information that means we should not go to Caith Solon, we go with her south to Obsidor. If we need to go to Cape Solan. We go the harsh route, we go north and we meet her in a Port Obsidor after we stop by Cape Solan. Or we move the entire crew overland and we take the coin. But we are given more options if we go to Celador now and then observe the ability to go to Cape Solan.
I don't necessarily.
As long as we're heading in the direction of it. As long as I don't like the idea of us going back on ourselves.
Well, that's the thing, is if we don't go directly to Cape Solan, we are, quote, going back on ourselves. But only by maybe a week.
So only... It's further north, isn't it?
No.
Celador is back to
north, Celador is south.
Wait, am I reading the map wrong? Hold on.
Yeah, we are south of Cape Solan. We are north of Passenfold and Celador.
Hang on, let me look.
And then, so Celador is south, Solanor is north.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Confusing. Yes. It's like, okay.
Okay.
I mean, so, right. So we're kind of like the closest land to us right now is
Solanor / Cape
The
Solan.
current land is barony.
Yeah, but we're almost there.
Alright,
We're like 2 or 3 days out.
But there are no ports in the barony or in the Verdant Wilds.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we continue north to Solanor, keep our heads down, and then see what we do from there?
Because then we are not seeing through the things with this ship and this captain. Because we would have to leave each other now if we were going to do that. No time to speak with her, no time to do any of those things.
I have an idea.
Hmm.
Why don't the three of you go north? I will go south with my sister. Temporarily.
You do not know this woman, to be frank.
Yeah,
I do
we
not
don't.
think that is the best idea.
Just
Either
because
all of us should go or none of us should go.
Exactly. Just because I share a name on a list with her doesn't mean I trust her. She could
No,
be on
she
there
seems
for any
alright to
sort of
me.
reasons.
I think we are granted the most freedom if we go to Celador. That is my vote, but it is up to the table.
What if? Huh. How long will it take us to get to Celador?
About a week.
And how long will it take us to get from Cape Solan? Like, if we go to Cape Solan and then down to Celador, right? We'd only be 2 days behind them. 2 or
4
3
days.
days.
4 days. That's not how it works.
4 to 6, because you got to double up that distance because you're going there and back.
So okay, Solanor. Well, so there's a difference between how long it takes to get to Solanor versus how
we would
get
specifically be going to
Solanor.
Cape Solan. We would specifically be going to
so
Cape Solan.
if you're going to a random port in Solanor, which you wouldn't be familiar with, then it would probably take about a day and a half.
Okay.
But probably about a day. If you're going to Cape Solan, probably take about 2 days.
So 2 days there, a day
And then-
there, a day or two there, and then 2 days back.
If
And
we're
then
going to Solanor, we should be going to Cape Solan. Just straight up. That's the only reason we're going to Solanor is Cape Solan.
So if it's
No,
2
that's
days
what I
there,
meant,
and then you
so-
spend 2 days there, and then it's 2 days back, and then it's a
And
further
then
week,
we-
so you'd be 6 days
If-
behind them.
If you guys go and do this job that we have to do for the Fae, it will give me time
I am
to...
not yet confident enough in my abilities or our abilities to pull off something like that yet.
I will wait for you. I won't go anywhere.
Sneak into a palace without a rogue.
yeah.
Ooh, that's a very good point.
That's all I'm saying is like we should not be attempting to do that when we're not all together, and we should be a higher level to do that.
Very good point.
We could always kill her crew, take her ship, and then go north. I'm kidding. That is a joke. I was trying to go to
Poor
Jason's
taste.
style of humor.
Scared me.
I got it halfway out of my mouth and immediately knew I had made a mistake.
Is that the effect I have on people when I joke about shit like that?
Yes.
Sometimes.
Oh,
Sometimes.
that makes me feel bad.
Mm.
Perspective.
Mhm.
So, ultimately, I mean, our end goal here is Port Obsidor for the sword, right, Cade?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, seems to be where everything is happening right now.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're all going. Either we're going north or we're going south.
And going
Depends,
north
really.
would look to be the harsher route, because south we know that we can do. We have already done it.
I think I do agree, and that we should go to we should go to Celador first, talk to Tifa, talk to her crew, see what their plan is, and then fully morph our own plan, whether that be maybe trekking up to Cape Solon or accompanying them all the way around back to Port Obsidor.
Because at absolute max, going to Celador adds a week and a half to our journey. That is it. A week and a half is not that long.
It's not that long.
I trekked for more than a month to get from my hometown to Herman.
When you mentioned Herman, Audra kind of like, you just see her brow furrow for a second and her eyes kind of go down, and then she like shakes whatever she was thinking off and looks back at you and is paying attention.
So should we put it to a vote? Celador or Cape Solon?
Sure.
Alright.
Alright, no abstaining according to Cade.
Fair.
Cade, I assume your vote is Cape Solon.
I mean, yes.
Jason, what is your vote?
I don't think it will harm our journey to add a week and a half or 2 weeks. I think we go south.
Adra, what is your vote?
But Kate, we will go to your home. I make that promise to you.
It's alright. You don't have to promise me anything.
Yes, we do. We are a family. That is what we do. Everything is a promise. A promise that we will wake up tomorrow. A promise we will not attack.
Don't make promises like that.
I promise that we will dive down the head of a serpent for you. And he like looks at
Adra beat me by 1 second.
Don't do that. First of all, I don't believe that. And second of all,
hey, I was trying to cut my way in.
I was also trying to get in there. That's some bullshit.
Don't risk your lives for me like that.
That's some bullshit. All right, now we're getting self-existential. We do not need to worry about that. Question is, what is our next step? And it seems like the vote is for Celador.
All right, that's where we're going then.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Make a decision before you've even spoken to Tifa. Okay.
Well, the thing is, we need to kind of get her to a dock, and we can talk to her in Celador.
Yeah, it's
And
fine.
she was already headed that way.
And
I will go speak to her and
it's
let
fine.
her know.
It's fine. This is all stuff for later. With that, we are going to end our session for today. Sorry, everyone. However, next week, because our beautiful Hex, our Jason Vagrant, cannot be with us, I have made the decision while we've been playing that we are going to run a one-shot. Because I don't want to continue without Jason. On such a poignant moment for his character. So we are going to run a one-shot next week. We aren't certain what form that's going to take. We might not even play D&D. Who knows?
Yeah. Ooh, maybe we'll do like more like Dust City Outlaws. That was
maybe.
fun.
Or maybe we'll play a different...
Maybe that thing we were texting about earlier.
I remember the thing we were texting about earlier. I don't know. Maybe.
What were you texting about earlier?
You'll
talk to you
see.
about it later.
We'll talk to you about it.
But you guys have phones?
No.
But with that, so join us next week for whatever form that's going to take. It'll be exciting and fun, no matter what. Thank you for watching, and Audelia, shout out to Audelia for subbing and gift subbing. You're amazing.
Thank you very much.
One other time we had Library of Lost Tales, our friend Azure.
Library of Lost
who also-
Tales. I don't know if you're in the chat, but you're fantastic.
Thank you.
So instead of
Lovely
just
friend.
going out, should we go raid somebody? It looks like Sarah's live. We go.
Yeah,
raid
I was
Sarah.
going to ask, is there anyone we
Yeah.
can raid? Because then yes.
Absolutely.
/raid. It's just Sarah's coffee, right?
Yeah, Sarah is coffee.
There is coffee.
Raid,
And we are going to raid!
Alright.
Everyone ready up to raid.
I'm ready.
Bye everyone.
You're there.
Bye. Join us next week.
Bonsoir.
Bye.
No.
We're raiding.
Holy shit, motherfucker.
Hey.
By the way, don't forget to end the stream once we raid.
Yep.
I made that
It's
the other
done.
day.
I mean, no, I can't watch the stream. I can't watch Sarah's stream when we raid because it doesn't move my thing. It just moves my thing, my chat.
Oh,